Welcome all. It's episode 28 of Diggy's Dungeon. We're back again. I'd love to say, like I usually do, that we're scraping the bottom of the barrel, but there's actually quite a lot of releases this week, so all we can really do is get straight into them, which I'm going to do with my first caller, and that's T, and I'm pulling her in. Hello, T. Don't forget to unmute. There you go.
Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Good.
I love that we always have to do this, check.
Well, I always worry, so I always check, even though I've already asked Bladed and he said it was fine, but then I just worry something's going to go wrong. It didn't, so that's good.
You've seen one too many Accio calls to trust it.
Yeah. Exactly.
Gosh.
Are you okay?
Yep, I'm okay. I just realised I didn't put my poll up, so I've just gone and got that going now. So prepared. So prepared.
That's okay. It's going to be a great show, I can just tell.
Oh, don't taint it now, you know. We're building hype throughout the show because the great cowboy moment is happening at the end, so we have to build up to that, you know. Anyway, how are you doing?
Let me know when you're ready.
Oh, I'm always ready.
Sorted?
Born ready.
Oh, I thought you sorted the poll. I thought you were sorting the poll out.
Oh, done it ages ago, mate. I'm fucking on fire.
Oh, sorry. I was there waiting, just
I'm
waiting.
too quick for you, clearly.
Yes, I am really good. Yeah, had a really good weekend. Starting to see some teeny little signs of spring coming in. Hopefully it's the same for you down there.
What, with the snow this week?
Well, no, I mean literally today and yesterday seemed suddenly really spring-like, yeah. So I actually dried my washing out on the line today and it got 80% dry on the line. Not quite fully dry.
Unheard of.
And my daffodils are starting to come out now, which has made me so happy. So that's all good.
Awesome.
But I was wondering if I could start by talking about the AOMG concert.
Of course.
Great. Lucky you. So on Friday night, I went to the AOMG concert in London. And this had several AOMG artists, including Coogie, Loco, Gray, Lehigh, Yuju, Simon Dominic. And then there were a couple of surprise guests in the end, which ended up being Jambino and Wu, the rapper.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, it was great. It was really, really good, but it was quite an experience for a few reasons. First of all, the venue was definitely a bigger one compared to a couple of others that I've been to recently. It was definitely a much bigger operation, but they were fairly organised. But one thing I noticed, so the standing area was massive, but one thing I noticed when I went in was that the standing level sloped downwards towards the stage.
Oh, what was the venue?
The Eventim Apollo.
Oh, okay. I was going to say.
Yeah.
Because the Brixton Academy does that too, and it's really annoying.
Yeah, obviously it's good for people to be able to see, but in terms of health and safety, I don't love it. So
was there,
I straight away went.
In the Brixton Academy, there's a random steel loopy who's it thing in the middle of the standing area that's supposed to separate the front and the back, and all it does is just crush you in. Does you have that at the Apollo? Because it's really fucking annoying at the Academy.
A barrier?
Yeah, it's how do I even describe it? You know, this is so fucking niche. You know, the trolley bays that aren't with roofs. You know what I mean? With the pipes that go up and then loop over, and yeah, it's that. Trolley bays, baby. And it's really annoying because you get crushed up against it if you're at the front of the back or the back of the front.
So then I guess they charge the ticket prices differently as well for the two areas?
It's all standing.
Oh, right, okay.
So there's just individual pipe bits separating off them, and you can go between the two different pipe bits to get into the front if you want, but it's annoying.
Right, I see what you mean.
This is really
Yeah.
hard to explain without showing you it, but I'm
Oh, I know
trying.
what you mean. It's like a traffic calming thing that they have for bikes, but except for people. I know what you mean.
I guess. I don't know.
Anyway, no, at the this one, it was just one big massive room, and the slope was really
Good.
quite like prominent. So
Mm.
I'm straight away like, right, I'm gonna stand right next to the fire exit. So I was really quite near the front. So it's quite near the front. I was definitely in like the front quarter, but I was right on the side, right next to the fire exit, because I was like, I'm sorry, like I'm just gonna do this because yeah, that's what I wanted to do. So anyway, that's where I was, but I still had a really, really great view. And yeah, I mean, it was really interesting because obviously it's really nice because they're all from the same company and you can tell that they're all really close and they all really closely work together and you can sort of see their relationships with each other. Obviously, lots of them have featured on all of each other's songs. It was just a total like mismatch of features on each other's songs. So it was really, really nice that you know, they when they did their songs with a feature, most of
Mm.
the time the person that did the feature was there, so they would just sort of hop
Yeah.
on and do a bit and hop off, and that was really, really great. It some of it just felt a bit like cheap, like so like the tickets were not cheap,
No,
but
that's
there's
why I didn't
just
go.
little things like I mean, I suppose because there was so many artists, that's why, you know, it could be said that you get your money's worth or whatever. But
Hmm.
so one thing that I noted was like I've never really paid much attention before to like the backgrounds. Like I call it like the PowerPoint background, but it's obviously not a PowerPoint. But you know, like in the background, what they have on the screen in the background of a concert. I
Yeah.
never really pay much attention to it. And I think that shows that that's a good thing because you don't want that to be too much of a focus. But oh my god, the weird like backgrounds that they used in this show were the most naff, like cheap, cheesy, weird, like really, really naff. It was like almost a bit off-putting sometimes. Um, really weird. I generally at one point I was like, I need to take some pictures of this to like show you guys, but then I don't want people to be like, why is she like taking the mick out of the background? So I didn't take pictures, but they were really just trust me when I say they were really just random. Like generally like school PowerPoint presentation type things with like cheesy
Hmm.
words on them and stuff. Very weird.
Oh
But
no, not the words. At least when they're just like a
oh
crappy looking
yeah,
background, you're like, yeah, whatever.
no, it had like weird words, and just
What about
cheesy.
roasty?
It was just luckily not. Um, but the sound was really good, and they had this DJ who was on the whole time. DJ
Wagon?
started with a W. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was there the whole time, and he was great, and the sound was, I'd say, really good. And then what did you say his name was? DJ
DJ Wagon. Like
Wegan, right?
W-E gun.
Yeah. So whilst we were queuing up, people you could hear people sort of talking about how suddenly their AOMG had put on their Instagram or Twitter or whatever that there was going to be like an official after party after the concert
Mm.
at this venue, like not nearby, like over the other side of London.
Oh.
And so everyone and like tickets for the after party were like £60. It is such a joke. Um, and everyone was obviously going mad because they were thinking that that meant that the artists were going to be there at this like
No.
club
They've
or
just
venue,
played their
whatever after.
music.
Right. So, but everyone started freaking out. And I was like, no, guys, don't do
Not
it.
how that works.
They're not going to be there. They're like, but what if they are? What if they're not? And everyone, it was like sort of a buzz around when everyone was talking about it. But
Mm.
I'm pretty sure, obviously, I didn't go, so I can't 100% know for sure, but I would put money on the fact that they weren't there. But I think DJ, what's his face,
DJ
was
Wagon.
there, like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I
you
think
wouldn't
he like
recognise him because
went.
he's DJ Wagon. He's not like an actual.
Yeah,
Singer
Although
or
everyone's
whatever.
seen him during the whole concert, and because I think he wrote a couple of songs, like he co-wrote one of Yuyum's songs with him, because Yuyum
Yeah.
mentioned that. But anyway, so there was this whole buzz about this after party, and everyone was kind of freaking out about it. And should we get these tickets? And I was just like, don't do it, guys! Like, don't do it, please. Don't spend your money on that. Like, it's trying to like scam you, like not scam you, but they know what they're doing by not officially saying that the artists are going to be there. Why would they like? They're not all like Jackson Wang, for God's sake. They're not just gonna like rock up and just hang out with like the likes of us or whatever.
Shout about
Anyway,
why China's not bad.
God.
That's
And then
so
another
weird.
thing was this buzz was going around that some members of ATs were there at the concert.
What?
And
Okay.
everyone was convinced that some members of ATs were there. And so everyone was going on about that. So there's all this stuff going around the crowd. So again, because I'm not on like any social media, I find it hard to check stuff. So if anyone finds out if any of the artists went to the after party, or B, if any members of ATs, because apparently some members of ATs were at some of the other shows on the tour.
Oh wow, okay, that's weird.
Maybe Madrid. I want to say Madrid or Berlin or another one.
Their tours
And
like
so they've
following
come
each
to
other
London as well.
around.
Because I think ATs are in London at the moment, or recently, like their tour.
Oh okay.
So if anyone finds out, please let me know.
If they were there, you'll
yeah.
never notice if they were, because they'll be in a section where no one else is. So.
No, apparently they were just breezing past. Oh, so someone's like the word spread. Oh wait, like so and so from AT's just like walked past me. I was like,
oh,
are you
okay.
sure? Like, are you sure? But anyway, so that's that. So the first artist to come on was Coogie. So obviously I wasn't very excited, but I have to say he did a really good job of getting everyone like really hyped up. His songs definitely. He was a really good person to come on first. And yeah, he definitely got everyone hyped up, and I was like really impressed. Like he had this big hat on over, like covering his head. You couldn't see his face or anything. And so I don't really get much of a sense of him. But yeah.
Did he play
so
Jang
he was
Jang?
there. No idea. Probably. I
knew
know.
that would be the response, but I had to ask because I like Jang Jang.
Yeah. So then the second person on was Lee High, and I was so excited that I didn't have to wait till later on to see Lee High. And so Lee High, obviously she's an absolute angel, and I was just mesmerized by her the whole time. I'm just completely in love with this woman, and it was so special to see her live, and I loved it. But I have to say that there was something like not quite right with her, and obviously you've seen her before, so I was going to ask you your opinion, because to me it felt like she was a bit like out of it, like not quite
In what way?
there. Like she seemed to be like potentially drunk. That was what,
I don't know. I don't know if that's just how she is when she
felt.
performs, because she was kind of like she performed like in the middle of the day at MIK Festival when I saw her. And like the trouble is most people were there for the people that were later, so the crowd weren't reacting as much as they should. And so she was like really hamming it up to try and get people to react.
No, see, that's the opposite.
Oh,
she
so
was
she was subdued for you. Okay.
Very,
she was the
total
opposite at MIK. She was like fucking yelling it. She was like swearing, loving it,
I went.
She was a bit offbeat because she was getting so amped up, but
See, if I would have guessed, I would have expected her to be somewhere in the middle of that.
Yeah.
But she was very, very subdued, and so she came on in this really strange dress that was very poorly fitting, very unflattering, and it was really odd choice of dress. Like it had this like it was like a satiny kind of a cream satiny top, like corset top, which didn't fit very well, and then the bottom was like this tulle skirt of the same color, and then there were like bright orange string bits hanging off, and then it had like bright orange, like at first I thought maybe it was like her bra strap kept falling down, but I'm not sure if it was her. She had like an orange bra strap that kept falling down, or if it was like part of the dress. It had like orange string. I'll try and find a picture, but it was a very odd choice. It looked like she just kind of looked a bit like disheveled, and like obviously she's so beautiful, but it was just a bit like it's just something not quite right. And then the first thing she said, she was like, "Hi everyone, I'm Lehigh, as you might know." She said, "This is my first time in London."
No,
And
it's
I
not.
was like, "Yeah, I know." And everyone was like, "No, it's not." And she was like, she just went, and I was like,
Fucking
all right,
hell.
because
That's
yeah,
pretty
because I think
brutal.
I know, and I was like, but anyway, as soon as she started, when she was singing, she was very much just in the zone singing, and you know, her voice is absolutely like stunning. I honestly, I could listen to it all day, and like I said, it sounds even better in real life than like the recorded version. Is just so natural and effortless. And she started off, I think her first song was Only, so I was just like
You were in love
mesmerized, and oh
immediately.
my god, I was just like, this is just too much. I can't believe this is happening. I was just totally, you know, loving it. And then she did For You, which you know, that's a bit of a random pick. Did she do that at MIK? Do you remember?
I don't think she did, no. I don't know. I don't remember her entire set, but as far as I know, she didn't.
So obviously I absolutely love that song, and I never in my wildest dreams would I have imagined to see that I would see her singing it live, but she did, and I was just like, oh my god, and I just sang the whole thing along, and I didn't care who was like a bit like shut up, because I
You
just
never
loved it.
should. You never should at a concert.
But the weird thing was that they put a weird naff Christmas background on the thing with like with like baubles and tinsel and like
Oh,
holly
God.
and berries. And I was like, this is really weird. It looks really cheap. Don't do that. It was really strange. So
Also,
very
it's
weird,
March, but you know.
right? Just very odd. Like not nothing sort of refined about the whole show, if is one thing I could say. But anyway, and then it was quite cool because during Red Lipstick she had a couple of backing dancers come on, which was quite good. But again, the backing dancers were like okay, but not great. Like I hope you kind of know what I'm getting at here. It's just a bit like I don't know. Anyway, so then after Lee, I'm conscious of talking for too long, so please just at any point just say, can we wrap this up, okay? So Loco came on next, and he was a really fun performer, really great with the crowd, like smiling the whole time, tons of energy. You could tell he was just absolutely loving it. And like at this point, everyone just started like taking their bras off and throwing them at Loco. Like I
Just
don't know
like
if this happened.
MIK.
Did it?
Yeah.
Like what the hell? Like
Everybody,
what?
all of the male, like, AOMG people just got pelted with bras. Like,
Yeah,
Loco
literally.
did, Gray did big time. Gray
Yeah.
got fucking battered with bras, and then J Park got absolutely showered when I was there. Like, it was mental. They were all just collecting bras. They had like strapped like over their shoulder like a WWE belt, like all these fucking bras.
Literally. Like, what the hell? I find it so just weird. Like,
Hmm.
I don't really know. I just found it really strange, but he was hilarious about it.
He is. Loco is
He
such
was,
a charming guy. He's such a fun
yeah,
person to watch live.
really, really fun. But it was like, I'm going to say 30 bras. Like, I'm not joking. It was like
Jesus.
just getting, I know, it was getting ridiculous. Like,
He got
anyway,
like 2 at MIK.
like he could have opened up like a shop afterwards, just like
Yeah.
selling off these. Yeah.
Well,
But
that's
anyway.
you got to cover your tour costs somehow, you know. You'll sell
I
them at the
know, I would
after party,
never.
give them DJ work and see what happens.
Literally, like I don't understand. Like my bras, like are expensive. I would never do that. Like I would be
Maybe
like,
other
all right,
people have
can I have
lower
it right
standards of
now? I
bra than you do.
mean, possibly, but anyway.
Oh god.
And then, yes, and then he took his shirt off, and then it just got even more extreme.
What
Like it
Loco
just was
did.
a bit crazy. Yeah, like he
Okay.
fully took his shirt off, and it just got a bit crazy. But yeah, and then Jambino came on to do the "Dripping Like Water" song, which was really really good, and I really love that song, and it went down really well. I don't know if he did this at MIK, but he beforehand he was like, I'm gonna say, he said, when I sing this song, I'm gonna say like water in a proper British way. So he did that, like dripping like water, and that was quite funny and went down really well. So yeah. And then after Loco was Gray, and he was slightly more serious compared to Loco, because Loco is so like such a big character. But still, got everyone going. And yeah, I was really, really impressed with him. He's clearly a really talented musician, and he was playing the keyboard and then like playing the guitar, and he was doing lots of like vocal like play and lots of ad libs, and I was really, really impressed with him. He was like using like a vocoder, which is so cool to me. And he came in during Yu-Gi-Oh's song "Running Through the Rain." There's like a vocoder part in that, so he came on to do that, and that was awesome. He did a great job of that, and yeah, I really, really got a good feeling about Gray.
Did he lip sync as much as he did at MIK?
No, there was no lip syncing.
Okay, that's strange, because there was like a ton during his set at MIK.
Because
he's not a singer.
They had the backing tracks playing, but I could very clearly hear everyone singing, everyone doing it. Yeah, and I was quite close to the front, so I promise. There was not any lip syncing at all that I could notice. So
he ducked out on most of the more difficult notes when it was MIK.
Really? Oh, see, I don't remember him like doing any massive notes, but yeah. So anyway, so this is where it got a bit weird. So at one point, and I can't remember if it was during Loco or Gray, but people like started collapsing. And
Great.
this was like not great, because so in total there was 5 people that collapsed during the concert, and they were all in the standing level. And I was obviously off to the side, but it was all people right in the middle, or like fairly near the front, or like right in the middle of the crowd. So the thing was, though, that the venue obviously just wasn't prepared for this at all, because so when the first person collapsed, literally nothing happened.
Oh god.
And I'm not proud to say this, but I did yell out really loud, and I did swear really loud because I was really angry. Yeah, because I was really, really angry. So somebody collapsed, and then the security guys who were sort of positioned along the front of the stage, there was 3 of them. They got up, so everyone was pointing to the middle, and then the security guards stood up at the front, and they got their torch, and they shone their torch into that area, and they were just sort of looking, and they were not doing anything, Diggy. They were just stood there looking, and they were, sorry, I'm getting really like animated, but I was so annoyed. Were just looking. They were looking, and they were shining a torch, and then they looked, and they went and got their. They like gestured to the side for another member of staff, like clearly a manager or whatever, to come on. And this manager got on the microphone and said, can you tell us what's going on there? Can you tell us what's happened? And I know. I was so angry, and I shouted out so loud, and I swore, and I was like, are you going to actually do something? I was like, get down there. Somebody's collapsed. I was like, clear a path and get them out now. And everyone was like, God, who is this crazy woman? But but they weren't doing anything. It's like they had never experienced this before in the venue. Yeah, they stopped the music, and then they turned the lights on at that point.
Good.
And then suddenly people like cleared a path to the front, and these security guards came through and picked this girl up, who I'm sure was about 15, and were like carried her. But the only way that they carried out the people that were collapsing, that the route that they took every time was to carry them back right towards the stage, like literally right in front of the stage, and then along the front of the stage, like with everyone seeing them. And it was so upsetting, because you see this like, child's face who's like out of it basically, and then off they go. And so
I don't think there's really a graceful way to get someone out of the crowd, though, to be honest.
But I'm telling you, there was a better route that they could have taken, and that was not going to the front of the stage, because there's the next times it happened, they took them a different route. So
Okay, good.
they didn't have a plan in place for this happening, which I find just shocking, to be honest. And the way they just stood there and did nothing, I was like livid. So yeah, I
It
did go
seems
into
like
like mum mode.
there's a massive increase in people fainting at concerts recently. I
Yeah,
feel like it never used to happen before pandemic, and now like every concert, someone's collapsing and someone's fainting and whatever. It's like, what is going on?
yeah. Well, I have to say, so I've been thinking about it, and I
People
think one
crush together
thing
a lot,
is,
though. To be fair, they go a bit mental at the front.
yeah, one thing that I think contributes is when they have the doors opening time so long before the actual show
It's so
starts,
dumb. I wish it would
because
stop.
yeah, because then people come super early anyway. So say doors are going to open at 4:15, which is what they said. I'm telling you, the show did not start till 6:30. So I got there at like 5:30, and I was like,
It's
oh, I'm going
really
to be
early
late.
for
I'll
a
miss
show.
Cookie, whatever. But this girl could have, these people who collapsed could have been there outside at like 3 or even before, because there was so much rubbish outside from where people had been queuing for
Yeah.
ages. So she could have been there. This girl could have been there, since whatever. And I didn't see people coming and going to the bar to get water or anything. And the people at the security guys were giving out tiny little cups of water to like the
Well, that's
front
not enough,
2
is it?
rows or
You should have
whatever. Of
bottles.
course, it's not enough. Of course, it's not. And so, um, it wasn't particularly hot in there, but anyway, you never know what people have, like health conditions or whatever. But the fact that 5 people collapsed across this thing, but I have to say, when it did happen again, they seemed to be a lot more on it. But it was just a bit like, it was a bit upsetting, and I can't bounce back very quickly from those things. I just be like, oh, I'll carry on watching the concert now. I'm a bit like, oh god, are they okay? Like, I'm trying to look up to see if they're, all right. And obviously, I'm sure they were all okay. I didn't hear like ambulances or whatever, but it's just a bit worrying, and that they didn't seem prepared. And so, I'm not proud that I was like yelling, but I did just feel a bit like
It was
cross.
the situation called for it, though. It's one
Yeah,
thing that
I
I
think
don't
so.
understand at concerts, why they're so stingy, because a lot of the concerts I've been to, they will be at the front handing out bottles of water because they don't want that to happen, which is what you should
Yeah,
do. But
exactly. No.
when you don't do it, this is what's going to happen, and it's a
Yeah.
mess. Like, it happened at MIK, but that wasn't up to the staff. So that was just people going crazy and then the act not cooperating. It was during
Really?
Doki's set. Yeah.
Oh well, he
People,
probably encouraged it.
yeah, people were fainting. He could see them, and he just kept going and jumping up and down to like
Hmm.
get people to do. It was just like so bad. But
That
yeah,
there
I
wasn't
just
enough staff. Like there wasn't anywhere near enough staff there. Like that. The next what happened all the time, every single time after that, was people were pointing. Loads of people were pointing for a good minute, and like after a while, we were just like yelling, like, "Look here," And then they should have. I'm sorry, but they should have people who are actively keeping an eye on the whole crowd, not just the front, the whole crowd, to just like look out, like actively, just be kind of a bit more on it. But anyway,
yeah.
and then the really worrying thing was that I don't know if it was Grey or Loco, I can't remember which one, but when the first one happened, I think it was Loco. He stopped, and he was good, and he stopped. He completely stopped, and he waited and he waited, and then he said, "Okay, is everyone okay?" And he said, "Please let me know, straight away if anyone's not okay." And he said, "Can everyone take a step back?" And I went, "No, don't do that. Don't tell an entire crowd on a sloping floor venue to take a whole step back. Like,
True.
you shouldn't be encouraging any like massive kind of movement all at once." Like, I don't think it was a thing. It didn't feel like it was like pushing forward or anything, but I just felt like, again,
Yeah, I think it's.
it wasn't
I
a
guess
right thing to
maybe
say.
he hadn't realized it was sloping, or it had slipped his mind, or something. Because that's a lot of the time what they want people to do. Because that's the issue: is people crush towards the front and then inevitably run out of air and pass out. That's what was happening when I saw
Yeah.
Crush before, and he was the same as Loco. Stopped and said,
Yeah.
"Look, people need help here." Waited very
Mhm.
patiently, gave out loads of water, and then was like, "Guys, can we just calm down?
Yeah.
Let's. Anyone need water now? Who needs water?" Gave out loads, and then was like, "Okay, are we all okay to start?" And then very professional and everything. But if people are going to keep crushing towards the front, you can't really do much about it, to be honest.
Yeah, but they should sort of move crowds in sections, not like the whole thing at once. But anyway, I don't know. Hopefully, the venue will learn from it and like learn for next time. But I have to say that I was pretty disappointed with Yu-Gi-Oh's response to when it happened during his set. He was very clearly like, he just felt clearly quite, he obviously panicked because he didn't know what to do. But and obviously you're up there, people are going to judge you on your response, but he basically kind of laughed and made a joke and was like, let's carry on, and he was obviously worried, it's his first tour, I guess, being a solo artist, so I can understand he might worry about like losing the crowd, losing momentum or whatever, but he was very much like, like, let's carry on, and everyone was a bit like, not yet, mate, like,
bit of a yikes.
let's just wait. Yeah, so I was pretty disappointed with his response, but anyway. So that wasn't ideal, to be honest, but yeah. So, but then Yu-Gi-Oh did come on, and he was really great. Like, he is a fantastic dancer. It was so great to see him live. And his voice sounded great as well. Like, he's a great guy, very talented performer, and you could tell he was just a little bit more nervous than the others, and he kept thanking them. I'm so grateful to all my like AOMG members that they've taught me so much, blah blah blah. So I'm sure he's still sort of finding his feet in that company, but he very much deserved to be there, and all his set fit in really well, and it was really great. And yeah, Running Through the Rain was lovely. They had the backing dancers for that, and he had kind of a very cool, like, gentle way about him. He was wearing a weird jacket as well, because I can't make out if it was just me, but I think it was like a denim jacket that had like the print of like abs and stuff on it. I don't know if it was actually that or if it was just the way the pattern looked, but I thought that was a bit like weird. But yeah, so yeah, Ponytail was obviously great. Everyone went nuts for that, but like the backing dancers didn't have ponytails.
Oh no! Come on, you had one job.
One of them did, and then one of them had like little buns. I was like, no, this is not. How can you do the, the dance and stuff without like swishing the ponytail around? But yeah, he and lots of people had got 7 light sticks as well, and he commented on that, and that was quite sweet. So yeah, I still can't quite believe that I saw like Lehigh and Yu-Gi-Oh. So then last of all was Simon Dominic, and they put him last. So I was like, why have they put him last? Well, then I understood, because the crowd went absolutely nuts for Simon Dominic. Like, he was definitely the most popular of the night by far.
That's surprising.
I know. Yeah, me too. Like, but genuinely, like, absolutely nuts. And the fact they put him last as well must have said something. But by this point, I was pretty tired and I wasn't that bothered, so I just left.
What, in Simon Dominic's set?
Yeah, I just left as soon as he started.
Oh my god, the disrespect!
Well, this is the thing, because I was like, surely other people would do this too, right?
No, but then you stayed to the end.
To get out. No, I tried to get out, and I like went out the wrong exit, and some bloke was like, "Where are you going, love?" I was like, "I'm trying to get out, mate." He was like, "Mate, you need to go out the front doors," and I went out, and they were like, "Are you leaving?" I was like, "Yeah," but I thought more people would be doing that, but no, clearly not. But no, do you know what? Like, I'd been there for like 4 going on 5 hours at this point. Like, my back was killing me. I didn't care about Simon Dominic. I was tired and like I was hungry, and I was just like, oh, I've seen what I want to see, so I'm just gonna go. So I just left.
We'll have to wait longer to find out how good Simon Dominic is live, I guess.
I heard his first. Well, like I went to the loo like during his first song. I was like, oh, I'll come back out and see how I feel. But I could hear everyone going absolutely nuts. Like, I can't believe it. He was just to me, just sounded like some other rapper, like Coogie. But clearly he's really popular. So, yeah. So that's it. It was really, really great experience. Obviously, there was some not so good things, but overall, it was definitely one to remember. And I'm really pleased that I went and got to see some of my favourites live. So
yeah,
it was good.
Let's hope that Loco can teach Yu-Gi-Oh how to act with decorum on stage.
I know, yeah.
That would be great.
It was to be honest with you, like it was really quite disappointing to see. But I try and give everyone the benefit of the doubt, and I'm trying to think, from his point of view, he was probably just a bit
Yeah, but if that was like Cookie or Simon
unprepared.
Dominic that had done that, you wouldn't have given them some benefit of the doubt, I don't think, in the same way.
Probably not. You're right.
It's because you've
Yeah,
already got
probably
love
right.
for him.
But that has like,
I didn't give Doki fucking benefit of the doubt when he fucked up.
yeah, I would say it came more from a place of sort of awkwardness than genuine like disregard
Yeah,
or
it's a
whatever.
bit of an
But it was
awful
still
brain
wasn't.
fart to have in that situation, though.
It very much is, and I think someone's sort of initial reaction to something like that sort of says a lot, doesn't it? Really, maybe he just, I don't know.
I'm
But it
surprised
was
that
a
he's not
lot.
more used to dealing with that, being part of
That's
a boy
what I was
group.
thinking.
Like,
That's
surely,
what I was
being part of a
thinking.
boy group, you get that more than any of the rap guys.
Yeah,
Like,
that's what I was
insane
thinking.
fangirls crushing to the front is almost certainly going to happen at any GOT7 concert. I'm very surprised he's not more used to going, okay, let's stop.
He basically just ignored it. It's like he just thought, let's ignore this and pretend it's not happening.
La la
And
la, I can't see you. God.
It was like, let's carry on. And he generally at one point turned around to DJ What's His Face and was like, let's carry on.
DJ Wagon was like, mate, no.
I know. So,
Good on you, DJ Wagon. Unsung hero.
Yeah. I don't know. I was, a bit disappointed, but overall, great. And so, yeah, that's that.
Well, yeah, some overlap between MIK Festival and that, and some not. So there you go.
Yeah, definitely. I'll try and find some pictures of like Lehigh and Yugyum's outfits because they're choice
I think
outfits,
it's like
definitely.
part of being part of AOMG is you have to have some stupid outfits ready.
Do you think?
I reckon so, yeah.
But like, don't give Lehigh.
They weren't that bad at MIK, to be fair. Most of the outfits, maybe it's like an by event type thing.
Yeah, maybe. But oh well, I was thinking maybe. Do you want me to just not talk about the song this week because I've just talked far too much?
No, we can do the song.
Are you sure you don't want me to
it.
maybe go and come back on later if you want?
I don't mind if you want to do that. It's fine either way.
I'm happy to carry on, but I might be getting like tiresome. I don't know.
What do we think, audience? Put it in chat if you want T to stay on.
Nah. Says Accio, so maybe I should
in
go.
what way? Keep it rolling. You're good, T. There you go, T. Let's carry on. We never tire of T. There you go. You see, you're fine.
You can say otherwise though, everyone, and I will not care. I don't take things personally, so don't worry ever. But yes, so moving on to a release from Cherry Bullet, which is called POW. What does it stand for again?
Play on the world, which makes no sense.
Yeah, here we go.
마치 스나이퍼처럼 난 파우 파우 한쪽 눈은 살짝 깜찍 긴장감은 so tight tight 맘에 들어 it's good good that's what I want 날 위한 관역은 내가 정해 맘대로 멋대로 채워 my pain 느낌 없던 이거를 그저 고막일 테니 상상만 해도 이미 good enough that's what I want Say that way 참지 않게 알겠지 노란 날 시선은 상관없이 That's life that's it That's what I want Play on the world That's what I want That's what I want Play on the world That's what I want That's what I want 모두 break 밤은 bitter twilight 때 맞춰 choice go go roll the beat 막 무릎 치고 hands up 점령해놔 playground 맘에 들어 it's good good that's what I want 느낌대로 들고 말해 all my DNA 어떤 답을 내든 결국 찾아 보이지 내놓고 즐길게 날 선 그 걱정들 다 Slide in 어지러이 stay that way 찾지 않지 하루가 또 이 노래가 나실 서는 상관없이 That's like pleasure That's what I want Play on the world That's what I want That's what I want Play on the world That's what I want That's what I want 어딜 맞추든 맘에 든다면 perfect 10 난 방아쇠를 당길수록 커진 꿈을 느껴 right 다시 내게 가볼까 넌 원하면 따라와 갖고 놀아 뭐든 다 Play on the world That's what I want Play on the world That's what I want That's what I want That's what I want That's what I want Play on the world That's what I want That's what I want Watch me hello hello 느끼 전에 catch me well 쉽지 않아 Play on the world
Okay, why didn't you all vote to get rid of T before we had to listen to this song? You've all messed up. And also, like, which SM group did you accidentally bring instead of Cherry Bullet? Because this ain't Cherry Bullet, surely.
What are you trying to say? Yes. What a mess. What the hell are they doing? Oh, dear. Yes. So the reason I was like just blanking there was because I was trying to search for the actual name of the song that I'm going to say what this reminds me of, but I call it the Cold Nuggets song, and I know that's not what it is.
Yeah,
so
I know which one you mean.
So I'm trying to find what it is so I don't embarrass myself, which I've then still done. Is it another Cherry Bullet song? Keep Your Head Up. Yes, it is. Yeah, so to me, this is like a cross between Cherry Bullet's Keep Your Head Up. The backing is like Luna's Why Not? And then it's like an end mix mess of a song, you know? So to me, it's like the three things together. That backing sound definitely reminds me a lot of Why Not? And I do like Keep Your Head Up, and I don't know what it is. I think it's a lot of the same tune. It's probably written by the same people, if it's Cherry Bullet as well. I couldn't remember who it was. But yes, and just a mishmash of noise. And the sad thing is, if you watch the music video now with no sound, it looks like it could be the music video for a completely different song. Like this could have been a completely different sounding song, and yet, you know, if you put the sound on, it's just so disappointing.
Yeah, but then you have that stupid elbow move in the chorus that just like, what even is that? Like, honestly, who was like, yeah, that's what we want. That's the impact we're looking for.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I don't know. It just looks like it should have been sort of a kind of upbeat, like party-ish kind
Well,
of.
the outfits they've got
song.
and the video are giving like mid Twice song.
Yeah.
But then the song is like SM monstrosity that doesn't work as a single song type thing.
It's definitely a mishmash, and you can tell that they've done that on purpose as well. Like they've gone, let's make one of these songs that is like a mishmash.
Yeah.
You know, like other people are doing. It's like they've done it on purpose, and I don't know why, because we don't like that.
No, but people do. They say they do because their artists make these songs and then they have to pretend that they like them. So now that an underrated girl group that people don't like that much has made it, we'll see if they actually do like these types of songs or if they're just lying. Like I suspect they are. But
it's just a waste of a comeback, because you think, oh, Cherry Bullet comeback, great. And you get excited, you're like, what are we gonna get? And then it's this, and you're like, well, now I've got to wait till the next one now.
Well,
and hope that one's a bit better.
Particularly as there's a decent chance this might be their last. So
no, this can't be their last. They can't end like this.
Come on, yeah, but come on, Bandit did it. So if they can come out with an absolute fucking stinker and then disappear, then so can Cherry Bullet, right?
I really hope not, but it's not sure. Like,
it's very depressing because Cherry Bullet have had like some pretty consistently great music for a long time.
Yeah,
but they had to break their streak and just release just one of the worst songs like in a long time with this. And the funny thing with this song is like you're listening through it and you're like, yeah, it's a fucking mess, but it could be worse. Yeah, this chorus sucks, but it could be worse. And then it gets to that one bit where G1 starts rapping, and then everything just goes to shit so quick. Like with that, and everything after it is just horrendous. Like, you think like, yeah, this is bad, but you know, we can suffer this and get on with it. But oh man, it's so bad when you get past that rap.
Yeah.
Oh, it's atrocious. Truly atrocious.
It's really like the nail in the coffin, because you're like waiting for something good, and yeah, the pre-chorus is nice, but by this point you're like, whatever, and then you're like, surely let's get a great bridge, just something, and then you're hit with that, and you're like, well,
it's so bad. Oh, it's so bad.
And like as well, you know, we've seen these girls perform in real life, right? Yep. I cannot imagine the sweet, good, like lovely fairy girls that we know and have seen performing this. What?
Yeah, I mean, they have a bit of obnoxiousness in their back pocket, but not this much.
Yeah, but it's just the bad music.
Yeah.
That doesn't. So yeah. But anyway, there's not too much to say, but obviously, you know, it was worth just bringing on because, you know, it was Cherry Bullet, but
I want to go back to, there's a part that was really reminding me of something. I don't know what it's reminding me of. Where's the part where G1 does something? Let me find it. Where the fuck does it all happen? I think it's before like the first chorus, right?
I like their hair things they've done, like little sparkly bits, and one of them had like little bows in her hair, which I thought was really sweet.
Yeah, I don't know what that melody that G1 does in the weird synth tone.
You'll have to add the clip later.
Yeah, I just play. It's the siren wayo wayo bit that Swither keeps talking about.
Yeah,
it's got it's really familiar melody.
All right. Well, I really, really don't want to talk too much longer, so I'm going to go. But thank you for letting me do my little concert thing and talk about this song. Hopefully next week I can bring a actually good song.
Wouldn't bet on it, but let's hope so.
Yeah, we can only hope and keep positive.
Yeah. Well, look at it this way: the show can only get better from here.
That's true. That's very
After
true.
this absolute penis song. Like, one of the worst songs around. And thanks for bringing it to.
The thing is, though, it's not even, though, is it? It's not even, like, the worst song, because that's how many, like, rubbishy songs there have been. Like, it's not even, when you've had OO, like, I don't think anything truly can compare to that, right?
Yeah, but OO, like... Yeah, that song does really suck.
Don't defend OO.
No, I'm not, but I'm more like shading this because I think this might be as bad.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know.
Some of the rap in this is like some of the worst rap I've ever heard. Like, it's so awful. And I think also because we were expecting good things from Cherry Bullet, and then it was truly, truly awful.
I know. No.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's hope they
wow.
get another comeback, but I wouldn't bet on it.
Well, I'm going to keep my fingers crossed because I think they've still got more to do. Please, just one more.
Yeah.
At least. But yeah. All right. Well, thank you, and look forward to hearing everybody else. And see you soon.
Talk to you later.
Bye.
Next caller is the lovely Bladed. I'm gonna pull him in. Smoothest boy around. Here we go. Hello, Bladed.
Hello, Diggy.
How are you doing?
Not so great after that last one.
Understandable.
He was amazing as usual, but that Cherry Bullet song though.
What a bummer.
Yeah. Oh man.
If anybody discovers what that melody is, please let me know. Before I become Sigma.
Yeah, they should tell you because you don't want to end up like Sigma.
No, I do not. I absolutely do not.
Yeah.
But let's see. Let's see if you can set me free with your pick.
I mean, I haven't even listened to this yet, so I don't even know if it's good or not. But
oh no! Please, not two stinkers.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if we're walking in like from hell to somewhere better. But, yeah, I'm here to talk about Twice's new song, "Set Me Free."
Yep, let's give it a try.
모든 걸 잃어버린데도 상관없어 지금 이 감정이 순간이라 해도 이제는 더 이상 내 맘 숨기긴 싫어 네 눈빛이 날 자유롭게 만들잖아 No 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 불실 가지 말고 날 안아줘 더는 잃을 것도 숨길 것도 없어 모든 걸 걸어 risk it all 이 사랑 널 gonna fade out gonna set me free 내 맘 끝까지 갈 테니 넌 그냥 날 안으면 돼 Come on set me free 내가 원하던 best of me 이제 난 ready to be Yeah gonna set me free 지금 올라서 me 나를 안아주라고 한 듯이 Yeah come on set me free 어리석은 충동 이래도 상관없어 내 가득한 시선 따윈 이미 out of sight 지금 우린 내가 꿈꿔왔던 그대로 눈앞에 그려진 완벽한 fantasy No 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 신경 쓰지 말고 날 안아줘 더는 잃을 것도 숨길 것도 없어 모든 걸 걸어 risk it all 사랑 날 gonna fade out gonna set me free 네 맘 끝까지 갈 테니 넌 그냥 날 안으면 돼 Come on set me free 내가 원하는 말씀이 이제 나는 ready to be Yeah gonna set me free 지금 lies on me 나를 알아주던 보란 듯이 Yeah come on set me free I'm gonna tell you straight No matter what they say 두 점을 잇는 line 안 끊겨 all my life 부딪히고 넘어져도 이렇게 날지 눈이 맞닿지 Make me feel special 너로 인해 완전한 나로 completed 이 말 믿어도 돼 Cause this is official 모든 걸 걸어 risk it all 이 사랑 말 gonna fade out gonna set me free 내 맘 끝까지 갈 테니 넌 그냥 날 안으면 돼 Come on set me free 내가 원하던 best of me 이제 나는 ready to be Yeah gonna set me free 지금 lies on me 나를 안아줘도 보란 듯이
Okay, Bladed. What did you think of Twice's Set Me Free?
That was fine.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the best praise I think I can give it. It wasn't terrible after the last song we had to listen to, right?
Yeah, definitely helped by going off the Cherry Bullet.
Yeah, but it's definitely not a standout Twice song or anything like that. They've done better and they've done worse. It's, you know, the middle of a pack kind of.
Yeah.
Them, so. Yeah, I mean, I wish I could give more praise to it, but
it's
just fine, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like badly written or anything. It's just like if you'd ask an AI to write you a song, you'd probably spit this out at you.
Yeah, with you on that, 100%. Yeah, this just is like, I can't imagine someone thinking this is like the best song ever, you know? I just can't imagine anyone being like, that's my fucking song when this comes on.
Yep.
It's completely serviceable without ever being like interesting or particularly great. And also, good lord, Moose, you were justified voting short sentence after those raps. Good god, those were terrible.
Yeah, that was too long.
Yeah, there was like 3 different rap verses in a row, right?
Mm-hmm.
God.
Yep.
Who the hell thought that was a good idea?
Whoever wrote this song, I guess.
Yeah. Fun.
Yeah, I miss the days of Likey, where the rap verse would just come in and leave like almost immediately.
Yeah. Swither hit on something earlier, right? He put the chorus just feels kind of lame or cynical or something. Similar feeling he got from Lindgren's last Twice title. Is this a Lindgren one? I would have bet that this was a fucking Scandinavian song.
Guess it could be, yeah.
Because this is like the most like, yes, it's doing the things that we're supposed to like, but it's so by the numbers.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
To be honest, I'd almost rather have a Cherry Bullet song than this, because this is just so like nothing, you know. At least I can talk about shit with Cherry Bullet and say why this part's bad, or you know, they could have done better on this. Whereas here it's just like, yeah, it's serviceable, but fuck me, is it boring.
Yeah, they should just trade next time. Just give Twice a Cherry Bullet song and give Cherry Bullet a Twice song.
I don't know, because I don't want this from Cherry Bullet either. I just don't want these boring ass Scandinavian produced songs that could have come out anywhere at any point in history and have still been boring. Like I just don't need them. You know, we lost Brave Sound and Sweet Tune for this. No, thank you. No, thank you.
Yeah, I don't know. They have so many like talented producers still in Korea.
Yeah,
I don't know why they're not using them.
And they keep giving these chumps fucking work. Real shame.
I mean, I guess getting that, you know, overseas talent is worth it.
Yeah, but I feel like I just never enjoy these like Scandi produced songs as much as I do like the Korean produced songs. Just always something massively missing compared to, I mean, don't get me wrong, there's some absolutely atrocious Korean produced songs, but man, there's just no flavor to any of this stuff that comes out of the Scandinavian producers. It's just so boring. Like, it's competently done. The backing track sounds pretty good, but man, it's boring. The writing is just so unadventurous. It's like, do something, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Ugh, makes me sad.
It doesn't feel like there's a story being told here. It just,
No.
I don't know.
This, you know, this sounds like, if they had, like, you know, in a movie when they have, like, random pop music playing in the background, then it's just, like, any old generic shit. This would be what was playing in the background of, like, a low-budget movie.
Oh, wow.
That's what it is, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
Oh, it's
Background
very
filler.
sad. It's very, very sad. I saw they performed this on a late night show to debut it. You know, on Jimmy Fallon's show.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, wow, okay. They're getting oh, the song's boring. And also, like, I watched that, and I don't know if it's just me, or maybe it's just that performance, but good lord, the choreo looks so clumsy and like not good. From what I noticed, I don't know if anybody else saw that, but it looks really messy in that performance. Which is like, I'm not used to seeing that from Twice. Like, give them their due; they usually put out a pretty solid performance.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, I guess since they signed a new contract, they don't have to worry about money for a while. So
Yeah, just like fuck it, phone it in across the board. Boring producer, crap performance. Let's do it.
yeah, I mean, they've got the tour money coming in soon.
True.
It's gonna, we could probably take it easy and then just ride it out until whenever JYP's done with them.
Yeah, I just wish that wasn't how it always goes for these older groups. They get the bag and then they just decide they're done.
In terms of like JYP's girl groups, I feel like Twice is the only one that's constant enough to put out decent music.
Yeah, but I feel like their like music quality has taken a big old dive recently. I know that like Talk That Talk wasn't terrible or anything, but it wasn't amazing. It was kind of like a slightly better version of this. Where like it's fine, it's competent, but I don't get excited about it.
Yeah. I quite liked it when I first listened to it, and I immediately forgot about it a couple weeks later. That's
always how it goes with Talk That Talk for a lot of people. I think Accio likes it a lot, but I don't know if anybody else really did.
Yeah.
It was just kind of fine. You know, you're not going to turn it off if it comes on, but you're not going to put it on either.
Yeah, I mean, I completely forgot Twice had a release when I was putting together my list last year. So.
Yeah. It was, that was like... And then they come to this one, and this is like Talk That Talk, except that I would turn it off if it came on.
That is true. This is probably an instant skip.
Yeah. Moose and Ian both being like, I haven't liked Korean Twice songs since I Can't Stop Me. I didn't even like that one. It's been a long time since I've really liked Twice.
They all sound so samey to me now when I think about it. It's like,
yep.
I can't remember how some of them sound like because I would just think it sounds like this.
Yeah. It's kind of like when they had their cute kind of formula a while back. Like at the start of their career, all their songs kind of sounded fairly similar when they came out.
Yeah.
And I think it was like with like Knock Knock and What Is Love and all that stuff and Yes or Yes, they all sounded kind of fairly similar. And then they evolved into doing Fancy and Feel Special, and that was peak Twice in my opinion. I'm not backing down on that point ever. That was still the best. And then they've evolved backwards since then.
that is a fair assumption, I guess. Yeah, they reached a peak.
I will give them The Feels was a really good song if you can avoid the lyrics. I enjoyed The Feels a lot as a song.
Yeah, that was fine. I think it was a lot closer to their earlier, lighter, more poppy stuff.
The Feels just felt like a really like incredibly well made song. Like everything was produced well, all of the melodies hit really well. Like everything that this song doesn't do. You know? It felt like there was a lot of parts that someone could get addicted to, whereas I can't really see one of those in this.
Yeah.
I think that's the
The
problem.
Feels was written to be an English song first, right?
Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah.
I don't know if it was the same in this case. Because
True.
I think.
I'd forgotten to even mention I always forget the fucking name of that last one. What was it? Moonlight Sunrise?
Moonlight Sun, yeah, something like that.
Oh, I'd forgotten about that one for a minute.
yeah, same here. I didn't remember that one.
Yeah. I think this one is less messy than Moonlight Sunrise, but I prefer Moonlight Sunrise.
Yeah, sometimes you like the edges and all the imperfections of a song, right?
There's just more that I can imagine getting into with Moonlight Sunrise than this. I don't even like Moonlight Sunrise that much. I think it just shows how boring I think this song is.
Yeah.
I really hope they can get back to it, but I don't have too much hope.
I mean, we'll see. Like I said, they signed a new contract, so they'll be at it for many years to come now.
Yeah, they still sell gangbusters, so they'll get plenty of comebacks.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to go to their concert too.
Oh, okay. You're going to be funding this. Let's go.
I know. I mean, it's once in a lifetime. kind
Yeah,
of
you got to do it if you
groups,
love
right?
them.
Yeah. I mean, any big group I would go see if they came around these parts.
Even NCT.
Maybe.
Oh gosh.
I still never got to see BTS because they never ended up coming here because of the pandemic and everything.
True. Yeah, I've never really been enough into BTS to fight for those tickets. God. Yeah, I think that's the thing is when a big group comes around, like I feel like I should see them, but also most of them haven't put out music I like in years. So I always just think there's so much bad stuff they could play that I don't actually want to see live, and then I'm going to pay like through the nose to see all the stuff, like to see maybe one or two of the songs I actually like.
True.
So I tend not to bother with them. Usually I'll check what the price is, and if it's like over £100, I won't bother, and if it's under £100, I might try.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So people like Twice, I'm never going to get to see because they're always more expensive than that. Same with Blackpink and all that stuff, but I don't think I'd be into that either way.
I mean, I saw Blackpink once. I didn't need to see them again.
Fair. It's good to tick them off your list, I guess, but
the second time they came around, Blackpink's tickets like doubled in price from what I bought it the first time.
Yeah. They were really expensive here as well, from what I remember when they had a tour. Because I was like, well, maybe if they're like affordable, I'll go, just to say that I have. And then they were not affordable in the slightest bit. And I was like, no, I'm not paying £200 to see. No, I don't feel like that, to be honest. Maybe if it was like a show with like Summer Cake, Samuel So, like all the people I love, I would pay that, but not for fucking Blackpink, where I have to then sit through Pink Venom. No, thank you. Not interested, but yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully, Twice play more of the good stuff than this when you see them.
Hope so.
I will pray for you. Also, I'll pray that you can actually get a ticket, because touts are an absolute scourge upon the earth.
That is true. Yeah. I mean, I might as well just go to Epic High's show. In a couple
Yes,
weeks.
do it. Do it. Cannot recommend it enough.
Yeah. At least that'll be affordable. So.
Yes, that's the thing. Their show is better than most of these groups, and it's like a quarter of the price. It's great.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, go for it. And good luck getting tickets.
Thank you. I'm not looking forward to that.
You're gonna need it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Fun. But yeah, I'll let you get cracking, Bladed.
Yeah, I mean, sorry for this mess, but that's what we have to live with now, right?
It's fine. It's not your fault that they didn't make an amazing song.
I mean, I was hoping for one. Really.
You weren't to know. As far as I know, you're not credited on this song, so nothing to worry about.
If they pay well enough, they can put my name on it.
Oh, sure. Yeah, we'll take the royalties, definitely.
Yeah.
But yes, thank you, Bladed. Thank you for calling in.
Yeah, a great show as always, Diggy. I'll see you in the next one.
Yeah, talk to you later, buddy.
Okay, see ya.
Okay, our next caller is the wonderful Ian, bringing, he's basically single-handedly carrying the flag for boy groups at this point. So let's get him on before this becomes like too girl-focused. I can't bring him in though because he's calling on goddamn mobile, so he's going to sound like shit. Enjoy. Hello, Ian.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Good.
Did D&D earlier. I'm home for spring break, so I'm at least having a little time to relax.
Nice.
I'm back to horrid sound quality because I didn't bring my stuff with me.
Yeah.
But I've been playing a lot of Football Manager.
Oh, okay.
My team is in the Champions League final now, in the DFB Pro final. And maybe I'll win the Bundesliga again, but that's going to be more of a struggle. So,
have you heard the football-related news from the UK lately?
I've heard that there's been some mess, but I haven't been paying too much attention.
Oh, it's been such a mess. So, I don't know why I'm doing this on a K-pop podcast, but here we go. So there's a TV show called Match of the Day, which is on publicly funded BBC, and it's like basically kind of at like 10:30 usually on a Saturday and a Sunday. They'll go through highlights of the Premier League games from that day with commentators and pundits, and Gary Lineker is the guy who hosts it, former England international player, and he's very well liked, and everyone loves that he hosts it. And recently he posted on Twitter opposing this really awful policy that our government are implementing to try and send back asylum seekers who would come in via boats. Oh, some of the language that they've been using for this is like awful. And so he was on Twitter and pointed out some of the language they're using sounds a lot like 1930s Germany, which it does. And so he said that, and then because he's on the BBC, they're supposed to be impartial because they're a publicly funded broadcaster. Yeah. But he's on Twitter, not on the show, but they still pulled him from the show and said, no, you can't do it until you apologise. And he said, well, I'm not going to apologise. I meant what I said. And so all of his colleagues who are the pundits and commentators have all said, we're not fucking working till you reinstate him. So now, I watched Match of the Day yesterday, and it was literally, they cut it down. It's usually like an hour or more. And they cut it down to 20 minutes, and there was no presenter, no intro theme, no commentators, no pundits, just uncommented highlights of the games. Absolute fucking state of it, mate. It's an absolute mess. And they're doing the same tonight. Really funny, though. No anything. No, it's going to be 15 minutes.
They'd like find someone. You think they'd like get Piers Morgan to do it, or someone at least, right?
Like... Yeah, but if they choose anyone to do it, then they're basically like, they're endorsing this fucking shitty government, and no one wants to do it because our government's an absolute travesty.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a fucking mess until they just get on with it and let him do his job. It's gonna be shit.
Yeah. I'm not surprised that it is only a mess. Yeah.
So those of us who love Match of the Day, usually I watch it every week, are having a bit of a shit week this week.
Yeah.
Because it's not the show that we're used to.
Yeah, if you replace it with just silent clips, that's
so bizarre.
Yeah. That's like when I watch Bundesliga 2 sometimes on ESPN Plus here, and the commentary isn't working for whatever reason, and like, I'll watch it. It's just like weird. Bizarre.
Yeah.
Because you like just hear the stadium and you're like, okay, I'm not like mad at it. It's just like, okay.
It really shows the kind of shortcomings of TV coverage though, because the way they film it, like there's times when, someone will cross it in and someone will have a glancing header and you won't quite see the contact and you're like, who the fuck headed that? Yeah. And you can't tell because no one's on the commentary who's in the stadium and can see it telling you. So you're just like, I don't know what happened there. It's such a mess. But yeah, that'll be me again tonight, probably.
Yeah, sounds about how it is, right?
And yet nobody's been fired yet somehow. Amazing.
Yeah. Well, this is going to be... I'm going to do a transition here because I have one. It's horrible. It's horrible. But speaking of athletic activity, this is a group that was formed on a show that was a survival show that featured athletic activity as being like a key thing of like, rather than like produce or whatever show you have.
Wow.
So unconventional. This is such a bad transition. I thought I was going to go.
This is the most niche transition in the world.
So it's not helping me. But I also just realized that this week. So we'll talk about it later. But it's a group that I've mentioned quite a few times and was on both of our top 10s last year, which is a rarity. It's I don't know if I should pronounce it with the Korean because the Korean's like Te-E-N-E. Well, no, that's bad. Tan. whatever. I'm gonna say it that way because that makes a lot more sense than whatever is going on in that hangul. Because why is it so many syllables? Anyway,
what it is they want you to say TAN.
Oh, okay. That would make more sense. Okay, then TAN. Fine. I'll say it's TAN's first anniversary song, Fix You.
Mm.
Fix you. Mission forever. 하필 보이지 않아 수많은 안개 속 나에게 손 내밀어준 너 어지러운 머릿속 고운 숨결에 난 다시 눈을 떠 넌 나의 현재와 미래 서로 이어져 있어 I'm never gonna give you up 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 다시 위로 올라 fly away 널 데리러 갈 테니 shine on you 널 향해 있어 수백 개의 headlight 별들도 잠든 이 밤 투명한 너의 눈빛에 빠지고파 우린 마주친 지금 Now fix you 난 오직 너 하나야 Eyes on you 너와 나 하나 된 순간 기적 같은 이 fantasy 지금 losing control 더 빨라진 너의 나를 담아 Only you It's only you 영원히 이곳에 너와 나 손을 잡아 fix you 에이, 우리가 멀어져 돌아가는 곳은 분명 모든 것이 바뀌어 going 둘 중에 하나만 골라 뭐든지 얻으려면 포기하는 것이 우린 너라는 설레임에 오늘도 내일도 매 계속되길 바래 you choose me and I fix you love with you 거친 파도에 잠겨져 잡은 손 놓지 않아 We might be young forever 너라는 존재가 나에겐 언제나 선물 같아 Sing for you 널 향해 있어 수백 개의 headlight 별들도 잠든 이 밤 투명한 너의 눈빛에 빠지고파 우린 마주친 지금 Now fix you for you 난 오직 너 하나야 Eyes on you 너와 나 하나 된 순간 기적 같은 이 fantasy 지금 losing control 더 빨라진 너의 나를 담아 Only you It's only you 영원히 이곳에 너와 나 손을 잡아 fix you 지칠 땐 잠시 기대 눈을 감아 끝없이 펼쳐진 순간 누구도 모르는 우리의 낙원으로 데려갈 거야 Fix you for you 난 오직 너 하나야 Eyes on you 너와 나 하나 된 순간 기적 같은 이 fantasy 지금 losing control 더 빨라진 너의 나를 담아 Only you It's only you 영원히 이곳에 너와 나 손을 잡아 fix you Fix you
We don't need any more water music, water sounds. So, how was? I'm not going to say TAN. It's Tan. Come on. How was Tan's
Yeah.
fix you for you?
I thought it was pretty good. I think that for a well, okay, they had one really bad song. But I think in general they've had a really solidly good output. Which to have, let's see, Do Do Do, Beautiful Lie, and then this song. So having 3 of their 4 titles be good, I feel like is very rare for a new boy group. So, you know, I'm continuing to be happy to see the stuff that they put out. And I like the way that the song sounds overall. It's like not the best song ever, but I know you didn't like it all that much.
Yeah, I just think it's like the better version of Twice, where it's like there's nothing wrong with it. It's totally serviceable, but it doesn't get me excited in any way.
I get that. I think the thing that I like about it is it has this like this feel of like there's a certain, and I can't think of one off the top of my head because the example T gave I don't think is actually all that on the spot of what I'm thinking of. It's this certain like full sounding, like this sound of song is a sound of song that I think boy groups are doing like 4 or 5 years ago maybe. Like the one that I think of, and this isn't going to help anyone because no one's going to know the song, is Trey Sings Missing You, which no one is going to know, so it's useless information.
Let's do a live edit in that I usually have to do because I don't know this fucking song either.
I'm not sure it's actually the song I'm thinking of, but I think it sounds
missing.
Similar.
Looks like Trey
Maybe
Sings
it's missing. I don't know.
Let's try this.
I'll recognize the music video or the song once it starts playing. I'll have to mute myself.
Yeah, go for it. Oh, there's MV bullshit. Come on. Get into the song, man.
Skip. Find the chorus.
Rappy. Yeah, it's really similar.
Right, it fits some of the same vibe, I feel like.
Yeah, this is way more sparse though in these verses at least.
Yeah,
even the percussion is quite similar.
Yeah, well, but I think the song is like a representation of the vibe that I'm talking about. I'll probably think of more at some point, or I won't, and it'll come on my playlist.
It's like synthy, almost EDM.
Yeah, but like not actually EDM because I hate it.
Yeah, it's like post-tropical house.
It's like I'll stripped out the bad stuff of tropical house. I would put it too. There's some Sweet Tooth songs from about this time that sound similar. Some of the Target songs, I think, they're a little bit slower sounding.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy to give Tracing the airtime because they got.
None.
Whenever we talk about companies being bad, no one is TS, and that's just the standard we have to all agree on. And then we can talk about companies being bad.
Yeah, TS confirmed the GOAT at just mistreating the fuck out of their acts.
Because they literally abused those children in Tracing. Like,
yeah.
Like, actually.
Court of law agreed, right, that they mistreated those
I think
kids.
so, yeah, I'm pretty sure. Because they got their contracts annulled and everything.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I see what T's saying. It's like sad and wistful without being emo and has a beat to it. It's like if you mixed like that type of stuff with some of the ballady, like slower song, sentimental song vibes, but it's still a pop song very clearly and still has the synth and stuff.
To me, it's like if Vix's Eternity didn't go as hard as it did. That's like my analogy. You know what I mean, right?
I do see what you mean. Yeah. It's a bit of a different, like, it's a bit more wistful, I think, than Eternity.
Yeah. Eternity's like the dancey version of this.
Yeah, I do really see that, actually.
Like,
but I really...
You know what, we're doing another live edit in. Here we go. This saves me work in the edit. Come on, I gotta do it. Because people might not have heard Vix's Eternity.
I think Vix's Eternity is... It's a very good song. I think it's one of the weaker songs from this time period, but...
yeah, but look what it was up against.
Love is a nightmare. 기적은 내게 와주었어 처음부터 우린 시작되었어 너의 모든 것을 전부 알고 있기에 난 잘
But yeah, that's Vix's Eternity. It's like the dancey version of this feel of song.
No, I totally see what you mean. Yeah, I think that's a good comparison. Those couple of songs we, live edited, edited, and if I can talk. But yeah, this song, if I'll compare it to the two we listened to, I think Eternity's a better song because it just is. I'd say I like the chorus better on the Tracing song. I think this song might be overall a better song than the Tracing song.
Yeah. You know what?
The Tracing song is
this song kept reminding me of one Dak B song as well. Let me.
Okay. Play another.
It's like not a strong resemblance, but it kind of.
I think I know the song you're talking about.
Is it called Still? Maybe.
I think so.
I don't remember. Let me look it up. It's the one that Accio likes with a really good guitar riff.
And it's kind of like a black and white music video, I think. I'm thinking of the same one.
It's this one. At one part, it has like a really similar chord change. I kept thinking of this riff. This is the most random call ever with all of these like extra songs we're playing or whatever. But yeah, that's the one it kept reminding me of a little bit. It's not like a really strong resemblance.
Yeah.
But there's
I can see why.
Similarities.
There are some similarities.
I think it's because this song is kind of like the chords are fairly similar, and it's also using guitar quite a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But another good song, another good recommendation.
3 recommendations. Yeah, I mean, I will say, so with this song, I think their voices sound good, and I think that's a big plus that Tam, whatever we're calling them, have had compared to a lot of other boy groups. They're not those super kind of generic 4th gen sounding voices that don't have much. Like, it's not necessarily the kind of voices that I gravitate towards, but they do at least have some sort of oomph to them.
I would argue with that, because I think these guys have sweet tune voices.
Okay. But sweet tune voices aren't 4th gen voices.
No, they're not. But you said they're not the kind of ones that you tend to gravitate towards, and I think they are. Like, not as like powerfully operatic tenor as yours usually are, but
I see what you mean. I like them as a group, I think, but there isn't like when I talk about vocalists I mean specifically like Woo Hyun, Daehyun from BIP, Bohyun from Speaka, Hwani from Uptension. Like, I mean specific people. Yeah. I do get what you mean overall, though. Like,
yeah, they're like the way that Sweet Tune always make their guys sound, no matter how good they are at singing or not. Whereas people like Woo Hyun and Hwani, you listen to them and you're like, okay, yeah, that guy's fucking amazing, and like no one can
and their voice
imitate
comes
that
through.
Voice. Yeah.
No, I see what you mean. It's like the way that like Romeo could kind of have sounded, or TST, or Target.
Yeah, very very much like, those kind of groups.
Like the not as strong vocally Sweet Tune groups. Yeah, I agree.
But the crowd
Actually, that makes sense.
Always sound like they can sing really well, and that's what these guys sound like to me.
Yeah, I think that makes sense, and I think based on who's in this group, that makes sense too. Because again, it was formed with a very odd show. I forgot that the show existed, and I forgot that I didn't even realize they were formed on this show until I saw a dude I recognized from Produce, because I followed their Twitter account recently, and I saw a dude from Produce, and I'm like, Sunhyuk is in this group? What? And it led me down a little bit of research, and that they were formed on that, was it like Jungle Time or something? like some really dumb name show.
What a name for a show.
Extreme Debut Wild Idol. That's what the show is called.
It's even better. Oh my god. This sounds like it's like Survivor.
Yeah, well, it basically was. It like they had to do strength challenges in addition to doing
wow.
modern survival show stuff.
What the fuck?
I'm kind of curious to watch the show because I assume it would be really amusing. Maybe for the
Sounds
wrong
like it would
reasons,
be.
but yeah, I mean, I'm happy that they've been doing stuff excluding their what was it, Louder, their atrocious title, that is decently well produced. I think I like the melodies in the song. I like the wistfulness to it. I have one big complaint though, and it's a complaint that we tend to not share in music, actually. And it's my computer is like the K-pop Profiles website freaks out my computer. Let me close that tab. And it's a problem that I actually had in Do as well, but the rest of the song was good enough that I could ignore it. It is the thumping bass. And particularly in the chorus, because it comes to the front a bit more, it bothers me. I really don't like the 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3,
4 on the floor, Euro
1,
beat,
2, 3, 4
pumping
bass. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like I can get by it in a lot of songs, but it was the Do had it, and this song has it really prominently, and it's just like I'd much rather not.
I thought that was one of the strengths of Do, to be honest.
Well, Do it worked more because it fit. Like the bass was also doing other stuff too at the same time.
And they dropped it out at parts as well to kind of give you a contrast.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not like it's going this whole song either, but it feels like, particularly because it's going through the chorus as much as it does, it gets on my nerves a little bit. So it's not like my, it's not one of my favorite things that songs do, and a lot of K-pop songs do it. So it's not like unique to them or unique to anything.
Yeah.
So I know you liked that in Do, which like it didn't bother me as much, but it does at the same time a little bit.
To be fair, I partly liked it in Do because it just made it sound hilarious on dumb headphones like the ones I've got.
Well, because you said the bass on that song's intense, right?
It's like, really like probably way more bassy than it needs to be. Like, that song is extremely bassy.
Although I will say, a lot of K-pop songs aren't very bassy.
Yeah.
In the grand scheme of things.
These days, most of them are, though, to be fair.
Well, but I don't listen to the songs that tend to be, because I
think that's just across the board, though. Like, a lot of songs are now. Like, even that song we had a minute ago, that was pretty bassy for what it is.
Well, maybe it's just not the songs that I'm normally listening to loud enough in my car that I notice, because I don't like them as much, usually. But it can make me like a song a lot less once I notice it. So like I've heard this from the beginning, so it's like whatever. But I'm trying to think I had a song that pops into mind that I think does it. Oh, a couple of the early ONEUS songs I like a lot less than I used to, because they do it.
Okay.
And it just gets to me a little bit. I can't remember who I've talked to about this before. I think it's Accio, but I'm not entirely sure. So yeah, I mean, I still really like this song. It's probably tied for best boy group song that came out this year with the 17 subunit one.
I think I like that one a lot more.
That's fair. I also had that song haunt me in my dreams a couple weeks ago. Like, I'm not kidding. I was trying to sleep, and for 3 hours, the chorus of that song was playing. And it just, that's going to hurt the song a little bit, even though it's not its fault. And I'll recover eventually, but...
Fair enough.
It's just like, it was better than when it happened with Anti-Fragile, to be fair.
Yeah.
But it still wasn't a pleasant experience when you want to sleep and you just have 17 yelling at you in your head.
God, that used to happen to me years ago. Thankfully, it hasn't for a long time now.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Usually it doesn't happen to me that often, but it's happened a couple of times in the last couple of months, which is unfortunate.
Mm. Oh, I should
But yeah,
mention on this song, we've
go
got
ahead.
a new contender for the coming for the Paradise Diner's crown, which is this fucking aircraft carrier that they all like stand outside now. Let me find the text on it because it's got some stupid ass name. This red button sky thing. This fucking hangar is showing up more and more often. I don't know. I can't remember which MVs it's been in, but it's been in several recently. I'm fairly certain, and it's starting to
like
become
I
a bit
have
of an
seen
issue.
that.
You know, this stupid ass place
Yeah,
with
just
raw
K-pop
and
companies
cold on
just
the side.
spend tens of millions of dollars and go film in the Philippines and rent a yacht like BAP did for One Shot. That's the
There
solution.
you go. That's it. I mean, to be fair, One Shot is like an all-time great MV, so maybe it was worth it.
Yeah, I mean, I would say it was. But you know,
And I just think, find a different hanger. I'm seeing the
That's true. They
same
have to-
one,
or
and it's
at least
framed
use a
the
different angle.
same. It's framed the same every
Yeah.
time. That's what I think's getting me.
you know that building that's abandoned in the middle of nowhere, the circle one? That there's been
The
so
one
many
that was
music
in
videos in?
Eclipse and all of that stuff.
Yeah, and was in Very Very's Trigger.
Yeah.
I think in a Luna song also.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like that. It shows up and you're like, come on, guys.
Have we not found a different building by now?
Drone shots.
Yeah.
Like also this set, this white one with the stairs specifically was in Uptension Zero Gravity. I swear by it. But they just had more stairs. Yep, Stray Kids Elevator was in that circle building. And also that abandoned pool
I'm
that was in
pretty
Pancase
sure
Knock. I think
Monster X's Stuck was in that same place as well, just it was upper floor.
it might have been, yeah. So it's just those common music video sets are just funny. I do think GOT7 used it too, Accio. So yeah, like the song, there's some the music video is it's music video.
Yeah. These
like
shots
chic.
dancing on the
It's just
beach aren't so bad.
Yeah, there's nothing going on in this music video. At least they're like dancing.
Yeah.
I appreciate that they're dancing on the beach too. Like we don't get that very often. What was the last time that Melody Gay song?
Oh yeah, way
Right?
like a long time ago.
That's the last one. That's the only one I can think of that is a shot of them dancing. On the beach
Hang on,
like
no,
that.
Busters.
I'm forgetting that music video,
That
but
tropical
I feel like-
romance was it? I don't remember.
okay. I think Snoopers U equals Heaven. They also dance on the beach, but that was also ages ago.
Yeah.
So
Busters tropical romance. What was the stupid line from that we kept laughing about? I can't even remember. I'm sure Swither will have it in his memory bank because he's clearly a Busters super fan now.
But yeah, I hope this group is permanent. I tried to find out and I wasn't sure. They call them a project group, but also I think they're permanent. I know, but like, there's no sign that they have like a set window. Like,
yeah, but
so I'm
then don't call them a
confused.
project group because that's what that signifies.
I know, but like, who are these people going to go back to? Like,
Yeah.
where?
True.
What? Like, Sun
other
Hyuk
boring
had
group.
been unemployed since Produce. Produce was 6 years ago,
Jesus.
right? Wasn't it 6 years ago, Produce?
that long
like, it was
ago?
2017, wasn't it? Or was it
Yes, it
2019?
might
No,
have
it
been.
was 20. It was 2017 because I was in algebra. I wasn't in calculus. So it had to have been 2017. So it's been 6. And yeah, and Sehun debuted 6 years ago.
We're so old.
Or 5. 6.
But yeah, let's hope
So,
Sun are permanent because they make better
just-
music than most boy groups.
yeah, and speaking of better music than most boy groups, I think that's a good transition to your next caller. So we don't need to ramble.
Okay then.
So unless you have something else you want to say about this, but I think we're kind of rambling off the
No.
deep end.
Works for me.
Speaking
That's
of the
fine
pool.
with me. We've been going off on like 17 other different songs, so it's probably best we end.
Well, yeah.
But
So,
yeah.
Well, good chatting with you as always.
Mhm.
And yeah, I have no clue if you're gonna like the next song. I don't know if you've listened to it. You probably will.
I think I have
but-
listened to
Oh
it.
well.
But yeah, we'll move on to that one, I guess. So thanks for calling in, Ian.
Okay.
Talk
Of
to you
course.
later, buddy.
Yep. Talk to you later.
Next caller, as Ian was so suavely transitioning to, is bringing another boy group, and it's the lovely Accio Sushi. I'm gonna go ahead and pull her in and see if everything breaks like it usually does. But let's see. Hello, Accio. Did it work? I hope it worked.
Oh,
Oh, yay! It worked. She's here.
well, it does? Wow.
Oh my god!
Wow.
I think it just takes a long time to connect. Maybe.
Okay. All right. Cool. I'm honestly surprised. So I think
Same.
this is the first time I've actually been in an on-air like room since like even before you started this show. So
Amazing. Well, it worked somehow, so we'll take it. How are you doing,
my
Accio?
God. I'm doing good. I've been doing a little bit of traveling, but yeah, I'm just visiting some family. So yeah, chilling, doing well. Had some technical difficulties in my life. My
Ooh,
water,
yeah.
yeah, my water heater broke down. So I didn't have hot water for like 4 days, and yeah, but it's fixed now. Especially now, it fixed like I think I fixed it like a day or two before I actually left, which is funny, but it's okay. We're good. I have hot water again.
Excellent.
We hilariously killed some more Pokemon on our Nuzlocke.
As we do. Oh, fuck it. Let me get
Yeah.
the document up and see who's died. Can't even remember.
We killed Lemon on a really stupid.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that was the best death ever. It was so good.
It was a very heroic death.
Oh, it was incredible. It was entirely my fault because I egged Accio on. So let me find what I wrote because I think I summed it up in that. Yeah. So so Lemon was a Bibarel, and she died to Destiny Bond from a Giratina because I dared Accio to kill it with rollout. Oh, what an incredible death. Just actually amazing. We were both like dying laughing when it happened. I was like tearing up. It was so funny. Oh.
Yes, for those of you that don't know, rollout is a move that gets stronger with each use, but basically once you choose it, you're like locked into that move for 5 turns. So, yeah. That's a lot.
And Destiny Bond is a
Lemon
move
Bond.
where if the Pokemon uses it and then you kill that Pokemon, your Pokemon dies. So that's how it all worked out. So, yeah.
Yeah.
We were like, come on,
Oh,
killing like a legendary Pokemon with this shitty little beaver rolling into it as a rock. It's just too funny not to do it. And then it got her killed.
We almost got away with it, but yeah, I just didn't
Yeah.
realize I had Destiny.
Oh, and
Okay.
we have 2 additions to the squad since this is becoming like a regular segment now.
Yeah.
We have a Parasect and a Primate that we call Gator Nation. Oh, and we have a Tornadus and a Hypno, which we called Benji 2.0. So Benji is back in the squad.
Yes, he's back.
God.
Yeah, there's a few people we have to replace eventually, but
Yeah.
we're doing okay.
Yeah, things are going relatively okay. So hopefully they continue to do so. And hopefully, like, we don't have any more IRL technical difficulties for you, because that was a bit much.
Yeah. I
We'll
mean,
keep them to just this show, preferably.
yeah, hopefully just not real life technical difficulties. Hopefully, my life is incredibly groovy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do know what you mean.
Yeah.
And hopefully your next water heater doesn't vroom skirt itself to oblivion. Gosh.
Yeah, that's the big for our transition for the song that I'm bringing on today, which is Gravity's Groovy.
Yes,
yeah.
let's do it. Let's play it. Groovy time.
반복된 day and night 같은 suit and tie 숨막힌 틀에 박힌 하루 막 뛰는 심장이 말해 chase the light 주저 말고 take it so good Everybody say trippin' for fun trippin' all night long 짜릿한 기분 like it 가진 삶 속에 느낀 자유로운 느낌의 diving Look around me 꿈이 아닌 걸 believe it See my heart rate 터질 듯한 느낌 feel it 좀더 빨리 어서 빨리 I need you closer 마주치는 눈빛 속 내 맘이 burn it up 짜릿해져 이 순간 You make me feel so groovy Rhythm body body moving Can't help going crazy for you 빠져들어 이 move Keep it groovy Keep it groovy 우리 둘만의 something You make me feel groovy Yeah, you know we never gonna stop in the big bang 너를 구매하는 채로 돌리고 lean back 너와 나의 groove 마저 lay back Back 너를 뒤에 두고 느껴봐 yeah chillin' 여기 딱 비단해 우리 groovy trapping Trippin' for fun Trippin' all night long 지금 이 rhythm like it 자유로운 느낌의 diving Like a spotlight 나를 사로잡는 moving Think I'm falling 벗어날 수 없는 feeling 좀더 빨리 어서 빨리 I need you closer 내게 빠져갈수록 어쩔 수 없는 걸 전부 너로 가득해 You make me feel so groovy Rhythm body body moving Can't help going crazy for you 빠져들어 이 move Keep it groovy Keep it groovy 전부를 내게 줄게 You make me feel groovy Yeah, you make me feel so groovy You make me feel so groovy 며칠 뒤 너로 태운 music Can't help going crazy for you 너로 번지는 mood Keep it groovy Keep it groovy 꿈꿔온 이 순간을 영원히 feel groovy You make me feel so groovy Alright groovy Let's go Keep it groovy Keep it groovy 꿈꿔온 이 순간을 영원히 feel groovy
Okay. I would transition, but I now have to update Swither on the progress of him being dead and now reborn in the Pokemon run. So here we go. So Swither, at first you were a Hariyama and a Basculin, and then you got killed in your first battle by a level 2 Hitmonchan. So we had to reborn you. And you were reborn as a Caterpie and a Mega Venusaur. so there you go. Mixed bag, but you know.
Honestly, the Venusaur is like one of the most clutch for me. So
And the Caterpie is
I just
absolute dog shit for me. But there you go.
have to be constantly terrified that Diggy's version of you will die, which means you will die too.
You're a Butterfree now,
You know.
so you're a beautiful butterfly, but you will die to like basically anything. So at some point you will be killed.
Oh no.
But anyway, how groovy was this fucking song for you? Since I was supposed to be transitioning to that instead of talking about Pokemon again.
No, you're good. You're good. I have the song actually, but you know that's not really a big surprise since I brought on 17 last time I was here. So, but yeah, I'm just needing boy groups to be fun again. And I guess there are people that are actually delivering, so that's good. So yeah, I just really enjoyed it. Not like that it was very like I think if you in the grand scheme of groovy and good like upbeat boy group songs is probably isn't like more middle of the pack. It's like fine, but we just don't get this kind of song that much anymore. So I'm like, I just need it. It was nice, very smooth. I think they did a good job of like a upbeat song that isn't like a child song. I guess if that makes sense. That was good. Yeah, and another thing I liked is it's actually more rare nowadays, at least from what I think, from what I remember, what I've been listening to have a dance break that is purely a dance break that isn't like a totally different like part of the song. You know what I mean? Like it's part of the song still, it's not a completely different like I don't know like trap breakdown. I don't know that
Yeah.
has some like rap or some random like talking over it. It's just a pure like dance break. So I was like, oh, this is like very nice. Like, yeah, overall, I don't know. It just has a pretty like joyful vibe. So I'm just kind of like, okay, like who knew? Like, I don't even know. Was it last year, 2 years ago that they were just room skirting away, and now
Oh yeah,
we're like,
baby.
we're in here. Like, I'm okay for both because one is so bad it's good. This one's just like good. So I don't
Mhm.
know. This 180 is very interesting to me. But I am glad that like not all boy groups, or I guess some boy groups are starting to like kind of pivot to different sounds because it's it has been kind of a hard year for boy groups, at least for me, to be like, oh yeah, like I like that song. So
Mhm.
yeah, I don't think that it's like a huge like revolution or anything like that, but just in the grand scheme of what's been released, yeah, I'm going to support this. So, but yeah, what
Fair
about you?
enough. Yeah, I think these songs are getting majorly helped by everyone being like, in the desert, begging for that last drop of water that is funky boy group songs.
Yeah.
Where like if this type of song was more common, this would not register a blip for like basically anyone. I don't
Yeah.
think it's.
No, that's
I just don't think it's that great. I think their vocals are like meh at best, and it has some of those like production sensibilities that I fucking hate on boy group songs that they just all do now. It reminds me a bit of TXT in that respect. I don't think this is that far off of being that Sugar Rush Ride song. Just it doesn't have as bad of a
like
chorus.
vocally, or
I think the verses are actually pretty damn similar to Sugar Rush Ride.
you could see that.
And then the chorus is like, yes, it's better than Sugar Rush Ride because most things are, but like it just does not deliver for me. It stays on the same note for too long. It feels like it should keep going and doing more interesting stuff, and it just doesn't. Like the first
That's
part is
fair.
fine with the going crazy for you bit, and then it goes on to the boring bit afterwards, where they just say keeping it grooving for ages, and it's really dull, and it stays like at the same level, and I don't want it. I want that part to go crazy and like do some cool vocal shit, and it just doesn't.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. You would need like more strong vocalists, I think, for that. But yes, I agree with you. It's like
Mm.
this is pretty generic. Like I think if you go back in time, like I don't know, whenever was this like big? I don't know, what 5 years? I don't even know. 7 years ago? I don't even know.
A long
Back in the
time
day
ago.
when this was bigger, this would be very generic. You know what I mean? And it
Yeah.
kind of still is. There's a lot of like those, even the choices of like the like different instrumentals, like the funk guitar, whatever. It's like, oh, I've definitely heard this before in like XYZ song. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
That's, I
yeah,
think, the issue as well for me is that whenever you do any kind of cheerful boy group song, they always dig out these same guitars on all of them.
yeah,
And, like, yes, they're there for a reason because they work, but also, God, I'm getting bored of them. Like, every time there's a happy boy group song, it's the same, like, staccato guitars that you don't need. And, like,
hmm
yeah, I just want it to be better. I think I'm just also like a bit pissed off with how bad boy group vocals have become in comparison to what they used to be. Because I can hear a
hmm
much better version of this song, like in my head, that like a group from back in the day could have done. And
Yeah.
I think they prioritize the like plastic fantastic faces too much and not the vocals enough. It's a bit.
Yeah.
I know that's brutal to say, but I'm so bored of like all of these unrealistic looking guys that can't fucking sing. I'm just bored of it. I just want better, you know. I don't want to like I keep harping on this point that it's because we don't get this stuff anymore that everyone loves it, but like things like this and Very Very's Tap Tap just make me realize that, you know, yearning for something is very powerful. And that's why, you know, Ian likes Tap Tap and everybody likes this. And I'm just bored of it. Like, I need the thing that I want to actually be good when it comes back, rather than going, well, you know, you got a happy song. Like, it's not enough for me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
That's fair.
waiting
That's
for
fair.
better. In the
That's fair.
same way,
That's good for you.
in the same way that if my beloved Bubble Junk came back and was shit, I wouldn't be like, well, it's Bubble Junk, it's great, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah, no, that's
just,
totally fair.
I just want better.
I just need to pick me up, but yes, yeah, the quality could be better for sure. So
Yeah, I don't think
I
this
am
is like
able.
atrocious or anything. I just don't think it's got the wow factor.
No. It's again, I think it's the same thing we've been saying for these other songs besides the Cherry Bullet one, of just being like it was like a 7 or a 6, but I needed it to be like a 10, you know, or like a 9 at least. So I'm like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I think we've just had much
I-
stronger songs recently than this.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, no. I mean, I was very close to bringing. The funny thing is, I was actually really close to bringing Mix, which is funny because like the issue with boy groups nowadays is like I kind of agree with you. I feel like a lot of the voices for boy groups recently sound very samey.
Yeah,
Whereas with girl groups, the issue is there are some really good vocalists, but sometimes the songs don't like use that full potential of the voices, if that makes sense. And
yeah.
that's my issue with Index. I'm like,
I
yo,
think
if
just in general,
both
also
of them-
like even the good vocalists don't have such interesting tones anymore, in my opinion.
Mm-mm-mm. I don't know. I at least for me, from the girl groups that I've heard, like at least from what I'm thinking of, like Purple Kiss and
Oh no, girl groups,
uh,
absolutely. I mean, I'm talking just about boy groups. I
okay,
think.
for boy groups. Okay, yeah. Yes, for boy groups, I would say there doesn't really stand out like people that they used to be, like compared to like third gen, second gen, etc.
Yeah,
So yeah, no,
I can't think of any boy groups that have anyone that can hold a candle to someone like a Woohyun or like a
yeah,
who else would I say? Any basically most of the EXO guys or like you know anyone
yeah.
from
Like I feel
SM back in the day, really. BAP, like most of these groups could blow anyone out of the water now.
that's true. I don't even know. See, the thing is like I never was into their music because well, it's NCT. But do hear that NCT's vocalists are very good. It's just that I just haven't like
Yeah,
I don't
NCT,
really.
like, I don't love their voices, but they have particular voices, the guys in NCT. So I'm kind of like, I'll give them a pass, because, like, yeah, it doesn't work for me, but I can understand why it would work for you.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of them
So
just have these really forgettable, like, when I think of these super forgettable tones, apologies, but I just think of the boys, because all of their guys have the same nothing tone. All of them sound the same, and it's really boring.
Oh, I can see that actually.
And that's the tone that I think of when I'm thinking of like nothing male vocals, and that's what most of them sound like now. That's why people like although I didn't love the song, Tan have more interesting voices at least. But yeah,
I can see that.
I'm wishing for better, I think, in general.
We should want better. We should want better.
Yeah.
But yeah, I am just in the desert of fun boy group music. So
It's very true.
this is gonna help.
The only thing that's going to get us out of this is if B2B make a fun song again. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know, what are they even doing? I don't even. Then again, what is QB even doing? So I don't know.
True. Put in We on fucking Boys Planet. That's what they're doing.
Actually, yeah, I don't know. That makes me sad. But
I don't know. I just think that, you know, a WoW or a movie could get us out of this funk. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, last year they had Outsider, which was like quite good.
Yeah,
So
it was a
like,
good song. I don't think it was enough to get you out of a funk, but I think it was good.
No. But they also don't come back as often as like they come back like once a year, right? Is it once a year?
Yeah,
Seems
probably.
like it. But yeah, hopefully if slash when they come back this year, it's a nice fun songs. I think they did come back, but it was like a ballad after Outsider. And I was like,
Yeah,
no.
and I blank their ballads from memory entirely, so I didn't even register they come back.
And it's like, yeah, I don't know. Well, yeah, so we'll see what happens with them, but yeah. But yeah, besides that, I can't think of any particular standout boy group vocals either. That's not like this from the more recent boy groups. So.
Yeah, even the boy group or boy solo songs that I have liked recently haven't got standout vocals on. Oh, you know, the only people that have is fucking Forestella. Those guys shred vocals, but you know, very different
They
to
do.
most generic
They do.
K-pop stuff.
Yeah, it's definitely a different like field. Like they're on their own. Like they're on their own playing field. So,
Yeah, very much different
uh,
island.
yes, for sure, for sure. But I think that's it. I don't know if there's anything else to really discuss about these boys. I don't know much about them.
Mm.
I was trying to see if there was a movie for this, but I think it's just a single. So,
Oh, okay.
but,
Fair enough. Well, most of you liked it. Everybody gave it Key to the City, so clearly I'm in the wrong. But I'm glad you all enjoyed it.
yeah. No, I mean, at least for me, the reason why it's like key to the city is because like there's just been so few key to the cities recently. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, that's
besides
the
accepting
thing.
like
I think that's the trouble. I haven't fallen to this year yet where I'm like, yeah, I'll take it. Like, I'm still like, no, it should be better. It should be better. But I totally understand why people are like, no, this year's been shit. Let me have this, you know? I totally get it.
we need to do this. So.
Yeah, hopefully soon we get some better stuff and we can start giving real Key to the Cities to things.
Yeah, well, the reason why I will say that like I give out more key to cities and I don't give out a lot of like position on the boards is for that reason where it's like I like this is passable because I think like free to go sounds like not quite like oh I like this. It's just kind of like it's okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why for me if something's like on the positive side of that,
Yeah.
then I'll give it key to the city and then I'll reserve my like number ones for like
Yeah, I really should rejig this sentencing thing really because it doesn't really serve the right purpose at the moment. I don't think there's like not enough good tiers and too many bad tiers.
Yeah. There's like I see what you mean. I think you the 3 would have to be like more good than like
Than
free
bad.
to go.
Yeah, I don't know how I'd do it. I think maybe like I could maybe get rid of Night in the Cells and put free to go there and then have one better good one.
Yeah, I think
that might work because then it's even both sides as well. Because I think at the moment, like, I don't really want to like Night in the Cells to Short Sentence isn't really a very big jump.
Yeah, that's true.
So maybe free to go becomes the new number 4, and we get a new good thing that's below Key to the City. That might work.
Yeah, I would agree because like sometimes like it's not quite good because like Key to City, I think like oh my god, like it's like
it's amazing,
really good. You know?
I also like
yeah.
I get what I was thinking when I made this, but position on the board and Key to the City almost should be flipped, really, right?
I that's what I thought when I first saw your rating system because I was like, oh, like Key to the City's like you literally own this place, like here you go.
But then I feel like position on the board was like supposed to be like, oh yeah, now you get to choose who goes where, like you're as powerful as it gets. Whereas Key to the City's like, we love you, you can stay here, type thing.
Oh, okay. I'm okay with that too. I think the main thing that I would need is just because there's like 7, I would need like 3 variations of good, and then the 4 being like the most neutral one, and then the 3 variations of bad. That's the only thing I think I would.
I think, maybe I'll do that. If anyone has suggestions of what the other good thing should be, let me know, because I'm open to suggestions. And if we get a good one, then I'll rejig that, change it. And then I'll have to make like a separate video / short episode that's like explaining what all the rankings are. Because at the moment, if you tune in and we're like, it's getting Key to the City, you're like, what the fuck does that mean? But yeah, we'll see what we do. We're not doing Esper Heaven. Esper Hell has its own point. Okay, Swither? Esper Hell is as bad as it gets. Like, that's it. They don't get that tier.
It's actually really funny. I don't think I've ever given anything 7 or 1. Well, no, I've given a few 1s out actually a few weeks ago.
I think I incorrectly said if anyone was going to give anything at Esper Hell, it should be Anti-Fragile. Because I don't think Anti-Fragile's that bad after all, really.
I did not like that song, but I probably would have given it a 6 still. Like it kind of grew on me, but like it just still is a 6. It's just like a slightly better 6.
Yeah.
So not for me. But that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's for some people. So it's actually for a lot of people.
I get the song now. Like I understand why people like it. So I'm kind of like, yeah, fair. But yeah. All of that waffling aside, I should probably let you go. Before we just start remaking the show on air, you know?
Yes, very true. Let me shout out a few songs that I'm listening to.
Yes.
Yeah. So, earlier when we were talking about Twice, I listened to their mini. I feel like they should have chosen Got the Thrills, but maybe it's because it was too close to like the title sounds too close to like Got the Feels. I don't know.
Let's rock and roll, babe. 난 눈을 맞추고, babe. But feel the rhythm roll. 본능에 널 맡겨. 가만히 없을지 몰라, babe. 내 조금 낯선 감정. 어제와는 달라. Hey, there's no stopping me. Show them, baby, how we groove it. Yeah, how we groove it. 너처럼 feel it. Just like we got that thrill. How we groove it. Yeah, how we groove it. 여운 속에 남겨질래. Show them, baby, how we groove.
So they're gonna do that, but that song it just has a little bit more juice to it. The other one I saved from Twice was Wallflower, which I think Swither also mentioned as well too.
Won't you dance with me, wallflower? 벅찬 떨림이 어지럽게 너를 흔들지. 숨겨왔던 맘을 훔치지. Dance with me, wallflower. 숨이 가빠진 이미 반응하는 빨라진 저짐. Summer tonight feels meant to be. Dance with me,
So that's good.
Okay.
And then I've been trying to listen to more albums recently, so I listened to this is a random one. I don't think it's not a lot of Korean on it, but it is like either a Korean American artist or I don't know, mostly English speaking artist called Soo Lee.
Yes, I listened to
and
this
the
yesterday as well.
album-
Actually, this album.
Yeah, I like it a lot. It's called Messy Sexy, and the two songs I liked a lot were Cuckoo.
You'll never know what's in my head, what's in my head, 'cause I don't even know what's in my head, what's in my own head. Never know what's in my head, what's in my head, 'cause I don't even know what's in my head, what's in my own head. Oh my head, there's a cuckoo in my head. I'm in hell, I mean my head. There's a cuckoo in my head, in my head.
Knock Knock.
Maybe you just need somebody to tell you it's okay. Don't worry, it's okay. You got it, it's okay. I got you, it's okay. Don't try too hard now. Hey, I'll be your somebody to tell you it's okay. Don't worry, it's okay. It's hard to slow down, but I'll be right here. Knock, knock, baby, it's okay. Knock, 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 baby, knock, knock, baby, it's okay. Knock, 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 knock.
I was like so confused when you wrecked it at first because I was like, why the hell are we getting this? And then I was like, oh, it's the I'll Just Dance girl. And then it made
Do I have that
sense.
song too?
Hmm?
I was like, who's the I'll Just Dance girl? Hold on.
It was the one that Steven found in Pandemic, and it was like about like going insane in the pandemic.
Oh.
It was that song. She did that, and I was like, oh yeah, her.
They would have been wrecked to me on Spotify. So
Ah,
yes,
okay.
okay. Yeah, it was on Spotify, so one of her singles was on there, so I just listened to it, and then I just went to the album and listened to the whole album. So yeah, but yeah, good album. Very like atmospheric. I will say towards the end of the album, it's like changes in tone very suddenly, and I'm like, whoa. But those songs aren't bad either. So yeah. So yeah, Cuckoo, Knock Knock, and I think Super Happy is also good too. So those are
Sweet.
all good. Yeah, and I think that's it.
I'll save my Rex for Positivity Podium with Swither because I think I got to do that in the next call. But
right.
there is an album wreck
Look
there, so
forward-
stay tuned.
Ooh, okay. Well,
Never saw
You're
that
gonna
one
get to
coming, did ya?
I didn't actually. So let's go.
But yeah, get hype.
To the country card.
I'll let you get going now, Accio.
All right. Thanks so much. Bye bye.
Yep, talk to you later. All right, last caller. Climactic caller. Ready for the most hype thing in the show, which is, of course, looking at Yuju's title from that wonderful album that we were expecting country from, because it's called Never Gonna Be the Same. And it's my boy, Swither. I'm bringing him in. Here we go. What else, Swither?
J'entends que le mal et la tête, j'entends que le mal et la tête. Howdy. How you
You
doing?
become French? What happened?
I was just thinking about the NMIX song where they do Frère Jacques, and I was
I
just
haven't even
thinking,
listened to that yet.
so they do that French children nursery rhyme or whatever,
Mm.
and I was just thinking, God, they gotta come on with the Jean te plumerai la tête, Jean te plumerai la tête. That one goes way harder. And it's just it's a way cooler French nursery rhyme.
Yeah, Mark
Um,
Ronson got that one first, though, right? So
oh, he did? What'd he
yeah.
do?
Have you never heard "Bang Bang Bang"? I think it's called, from Mark Ronson and other people.
Bang,
Let me find
bang,
it.
bang.
Let me look up what it actually
Bang,
is.
bang.
Where is it at? I got it on his. Yeah, "Bang Bang Bang." Hang on, let me find it. You know what? Fuck it. We're doing all these live edit-ins. I'll put it on. This can't possibly go wrong. This was like a reasonably big hit in the UK. So I'll play this.
Ronsons, le goûter qui bon.
Delicious.
I don't know how long this intro is. Let me skip through. Here you go.
Turn it up a little bit more.
I'm plucking feathers, one by one by one. No more skylarking around my head. Your information, but there's no hiding behind molting feathers.
On the plane, on my brain, about to do the show. 40K contract, take it out.
I got to keep playing it until it gets to the real tech part.
From your grubby hands as you ham and
It's gonna be a while.
You live to see like we live the bon bon V. Hide it in the book while we watch the TV. Think you got us fooled? Who? Never again. First time, shame on me. Second time, your time will end.
No way, bang it that bitches in the wet. Shift it Cumarela, shift it Cumarela. Oh no, bang it that alouette, bitches in the wet. Shift it Cumarela, shift it Cumarela. No way.
Yeah, there you go. That's that's the one that does do that nursery rhyme. So I'm sure you're happy now.
I'm not happy because they kept the lyrics and sacrificed the rhythm and melody, and that's really what makes it hype. I think they should replace the lyrics and then just keep the like the quick. It's I don't know. It is a good lyric because, as I understand it, that just means I'm gonna pluck your head. But still, I think that the reason why we hear these interpolations of kids songs is because most of those like ancient ass nursery rhymes and like folk songs and stuff are totally uncopyrightable, so you can just interpolate them. Yeah, public domain. And
I
so
personally, I think that song bangs, so I'll let it off that it's not using the same melody.
Oh no! It's the ideal outcome where that song sounded fine. I'm not familiar with it. I'm surprised it was such a big hit, and I never was exposed. It seemed nice. It's the ideal circumstance where what they're doing is fine, but it's also not stepping on what really needs to be done with that nursery rhyme. So it's ideal. But yeah, we're not talking about NMIX today. We're talking about a much, much more adult, much classier act than children's interpolations. We're talking about really a legendary figure, someone that's struggled to get to the top, only to face complications and be separated from people that she became very close to, and then to try to get her footing again, and stand up on her talents. And her name is Yuju, Well, that's not actually her name. I think her actual name is Yuna, but her stage name is Yuju of G Friend, and we have okay. Help me out real quick. Is the word presage? Have we presaged this? Presaged this? Is that a word?
What?
Okay, clearly.
No
my,
idea.
my
That's gone
vocab.
well over my head. No idea, mate.
I think there's some word like to presage or
What's it
like
supposed to
basically
mean?
to preview. What's that?
Oh, I was just asking what it was supposed to mean.
Like as in we spoke about it prior and now
Yeah.
we're speaking about it again.
Hmm.
But you built this up as something that you know you were waiting to see her in a big truck or something like that.
Yeah, bro country all the way.
Based on the teaser images, which I agree were very, you know, down that lane.
Mm.
And you know, I think you may disagree, but I really think it delivered on some of the core of that.
Right.
So let's see. This is Yuju's new song, "Without You."
Okay, let's see if it is the Florida Georgia Line song I've been looking for. Here we go.
좀 가벼워진 듯한 마음에 무심코 거리를 나서보고 소란한 음악과 목소리 밀린 고민 얘길 나누다 우습게 위로도 건네고네 말끔하게 털어버린 듯 자연스레 웃어보지만 Oh baby I'm not okay I've lost my way 아직 나 밀려오는 널 외면해봐도 Nothing's ever gonna be the same Not without you 기억나 작은 방 안에서 이 노래를 처음 듣던 그날 고이 접어두었던 마음에 아직 할 말이 남았던 걸 깨달은 채로 지새웠었지 수없이 많은 날들 속에 여전히 가끔씩은 너야 Oh baby I'm not okay I'm not I've lost my way 아직 나 밀려오는 널 외면해봐도 Nothing's ever gonna be the same Not without you
My disappointment is immeasurable and my day is ruined. How was it for you, Swither?
Not okay.
True words never spoken.
Oh goodness. Wow. Well, yeah, I think we're both not okay for different reasons. But just in continuing the thread, you know, this has the essence of country. You know, Hank Williams. You know, Yuju is more of a Hank type of girl than she is. You know, I don't even know who to say. Luke Combs, Travis Tritt. I don't even know.
I was hoping for something Luke Bryan or Florida Georgia Line adjacent. Didn't really happen.
Hey, I'm glad she took it back to the roots. You know, touching lyrics. Her voice soars as usual. Beautiful. But admittedly, this is not the type of song that I usually go to this genre for. And thankfully, she knew that, and she delivered. There are a number of songs on her new mini album that are really, really exceptional. Obviously, the standout is Peach Blossom, which, have you heard that one yet?
Yeah, I was deliberately avoiding everything to do with Yuju this week because I thought it would be funnier if I came into this completely blind and was waiting for lift kits and F-150s and shit. But I was in the listen together with T listening to stuff earlier in the week, and she accidentally cued Peach Blossom, and it's really good. I like it.
기억이 추억이 되기 전 향기를 담아놨지 향수로 만들어 유리병 속 그댄 남아있지 8번 접어놓은 나의 마음을 너도 너가 모르게 펴놨잖아 그 속에 씨앗은 나무가 되어 요상한 꽃 하나 피어났잖아 손을 뻗으면 닿을 듯 말 듯한 꽃향기에 눈이 멀어 난 너에게 스며진 콩깍지에 나뭇가지를 꺾어 꿈새 닦겠어 아프게 하더라도 너의 향기는 유리병에 꼭 담아놓겠어
내가 아직 알 수가 없네요 손을 뻗어 꺾을 수도 내 힘으로 자를 수 없어요 몰래 향기만 맡아보곤 해요
Incredible.
Really cool instrumentation choices.
Yes, that little sax. My goodness, at first I was like, is this a clarinet? A bass clarinet?
Yeah, the way they play it's kind of woodwindy.
I mean, that is the type of light touch. You know, we've spoken about how much I hate sax loops in K-pop songs, and it's because they always try to play the like sax man angle of sax, where it's just like coming in, bam, 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 bam.
Yes.
You know, and it's absolutely terrible.
I had to complete it, I'm sorry.
And
Can't bring up Eric Sax guy and not finish it off.
And then Peach Blossom, the sax on it has such light touch. It's just like, you know, skipping around a little bit. So tasteful, so perfect in the harmonic context. And I mean, and that's not just the highlight. The rest of the song is really good. And Yuji's got some great lines. The chorus melody is really nice. And then whoever the guy featuring on it sounds
cool, motherfucking Domo.
Oh,
a show
yeah,
favorite.
Yeah.
Tell
okay.
Granger.
And that guy comes on sounding like Korean Mr. Worldwide, very much so. But you know, likably enough. You know, I'm not familiar, so you know.
Oh, he's great. We love Soko.
Yeah, I've definitely seen that name around for sure, but I've never.
Because he makes
attached
weird
an
shit, and we
identity.
love weird shit.
Respect. Yeah, I mean, if Mr. Worldwide had a bit of a more adventurous side, I'd be more interested. So maybe I am.
Well, maybe
you know,
Sokodomo's for you.
Yeah, maybe I'm down for some Sokodomo. But wow, that song is incredible. And then she gave us a song, Dreaming.
Wanna feel realistic, have to be realistic. 지않겨버린 이 fiction. Please bring me up. Oh, 가루가된 사티. 결국엔 또 다시 삼켜내지는 더 이상 감당할 수 없어. I'm dreaming, overthinking, not sleeping. I'm dreaming, barely breathing. I'm dreaming. I'm dreaming, barely breathing. I'm dreaming.
Where she finally got to just let loose and flex her whistle notes, her upper register. And, there's also a part where she says, like, please wake me up, because it's about, I'm dreaming, overthinking. And then she's asking you to please wake me up. But to me, it just, on first listen, it sounded very much like please ring me up. And then yesterday I was in the grocery store listening to it, and I just had a perfect moment where it's like, I'm waiting in a line, daydreaming, the classic, perhaps the classic decisive moment of, mundane adult life boredom moments, waiting in a grocery store line. And I was dreaming, overthinking, and then she came in and said, please ring me up.
She delivers it like that too.
Wow, someone is speaking for me, someone is finally saying what I want to say.
Oh my God.
So I've had a great week with Yuju. God, she's so incredible.
I love those weird conveniences when you're listening to music. They just get me every time. Like, I was listening on Shuffle once, and I was listening to the Postal Service, Clark Gable.
I grease the lens and frame the shot using a friend as my stand-in. The scripted called for rain, but it was clear that day, so we faked it. The marker snapped and I yelled quiet on the set and then called action.
And there's a part in that song where he goes, and then called action. And then I skipped, and then it went straight to DPR Live's Action, and it starts off with action. Action. And I was like, oh my God, it's too perfect. This shouldn't be happening, but it happened.
Yes, I love accidental DJ mixes. And then, just classic moments with just, rolling up somewhere that you have some feelings about, and then the perfect song comes on and then ends right as you're turning off your vehicle, stepping out. Just, classic. But yeah, so this song we're not gonna talk without you, we're not gonna talk that much about, because
I got things to say about the MV, but go off.
Oh, is it the beautiful giant orb?
It's multiple things. But
okay.
Do you want me to do that
now? Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, so there's this this awesome moment where she's walking through the woods in this music video, and then there's a shot of her like kneeling down, and it goes in on her face, and then she's looking into the distance, and I was like, how perfect would it be if there was just a Ford F-150 right now? That would have made my life. Be pretty nice. But then it's just a broken guitar and a weird like light orb that comes out of the little like resonation hole.
What you don't know is that orb is actually just her levitating her diesel supply for the next couple of years. You know,
Love it.
you can't smell through the video, but that is in fact a giant levitating orb of her essentially oil reserves. Because you know, when it all goes to shit, she's gonna be here with that truck. She's not flashing the truck. She might not flash it, but she's gonna be ready.
Yeah, this is ready for the next song to be the ultimate bro country song. But apart from that, then it goes to the end of the music video, and I was like laughing my ass off watching it because we were just talking about overused sets, and she goes back to the Eclipse circle set, and I'm like, oh my god, it's too perfect.
I was just thinking, is that the same circle one? It probably is.
Yeah, it's the pool at the front, I think.
Man, respect. Yeah, I linked in the show references chat video of someone that did a great rundown of frequently used locations in these music videos. I needed to see that sort of thing because I have my own favorites and comments. Obviously, they do cover the Paradise Diner, and so I got to learn a little bit more.
Your spiritual home.
Yeah. But also, you know, just that last shot of Yuju looking straight into the camera at the end of the music video, I'll admit I was very disarmed. There was extreme earnestness and just a great energy. Thank you, Yuju. But yeah, you haven't listened to the album.
Yeah.
And then, the last song on it is Full Circle, also pretty solid. But I would definitely say the power ranking goes Peach Blossom, Dreaming, this, Full Circle.
Goes around and goes around and goes around, and it goes full circle. 비워둔 이 옆자리 너야. Come take a ride with me. Goes around and goes around and goes around, and it goes full circle. 구름 사이로 like this. 그려봐 my circle. Yeah. 'Cause it flows and it moves just like deja vu. 알 수 없는 기분이 들더라고. But yeah. Yeah. 반복되는 하루 속에 젖버리가 좀 일러나. 피워볼래. Yeah. My flow.
And then the 9 Years intro track, though, you know, the 9 Years one sounds like something that might have some heavy subject matter that I haven't really delved into. So, I mean, 9 years for her, that encompasses a pretty crucial and historical era. So maybe I should dive in and see what she was talking about.
So I guess I'll just listen to Dreaming if that's the only one that isn't Peach Blossom that's better than this.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Yeah, I mean, but yeah, the three that sort of avoid ballady, sleepy territory are the latter three, I believe. Yeah, Peach Blossom, Dreaming, and Full Circle. So check out all three of those. Yeah.
Sounds right. Should we parlay this into Positivity Podium?
Oh, absolutely. I got a lot to be positive about. Though, can I start with just a little comment? Because the show started with a Cherry Bullet Pow, right? After T's beautiful recap. Yeah. And I just wanted to say, when I was listening to that song, I just hit play on it before watching the music video, and I was imagining the music video, which is a fun exercise that I think is good to do, because then you can compare, you know, what were the people making the video thinking this is really accessing versus what do I think. And you know, they say play on the world, and it's supposed to be play on the world, which you know, doesn't make much sense to me. But what I definitely heard was play underworld. And so then I was imagining, I don't know, is this an American thing, or do McDonald's in the aisles have frequently little children's play areas with a series of impractical like plumbing tubes and elbows
No. That
Oh,
doesn't sound
really?
familiar to me at all.
The McDonald's play place? Okay. Well, they have a series of colorful, bendy tubes that as a
Oh,
child
yeah, that I
you
know.
can.
With the little
Yeah,
beads on it or whatever they are that you
beads.
bing along them. Yeah, there's like wiggly wire stuff that they have like the. How do you describe this shit? Honestly, let me find a picture of this shit. What do you even call it? Like, I don't even know what you call that shit. There's like, it's like a thin metal tube that goes up and like has like squiggles in it, and like there'll be like wooden little. Like little wooden things that fit over it, and then you can like run those along it all the way from one side to the other.
Oh,
You know what I mean, right? I'm making sense.
Yeah, no, I'm totally with you. But those I'm familiar with from pediatricians' office
Yeah.
waiting rooms.
They're always in,
Yeah.
for some reason here, they're always in dentists and banks. I don't know
Ah,
why.
banks?
Yeah. Building societies always seem to have them. I don't know why.
That feels so patronizing. I mean, obviously, I guess the idea
Because
is,
it's fucking boring. Keep the kids.
amuse your, yeah,
Yeah.
amuse your children while you're doing important business. But I do like the idea of like the bank just thinking so lowly of their client base that they're just like, hey, give them some like squares to put into some square holes. You know, they need something to keep them feeling good.
Yeah.
But yeah, my familiarity with those little wire frames where you move some wooden beads along them for whatever reason, like what's the game there? Definitely, yeah. My primary exposure to that was waiting to go into the pediatrician's office as a kid.
Mm.
But that is not really the cherry bullet play underworld that I'm imagining. Mine is much more in the play place giant tubes that you crawl around in. And so I was imagining a sort of, somewhere in town, probably Soul City, I'd have to imagine, you know, Cherry Bullet opening up a play underworld where it just starts innocuously, almost in Mario fashion with a manhole cover, and then suddenly you slide down into it and you enter the play underworld. And what would be the problem that would crop up if you tried to open a underground McDonald's play place that was free to use?
I imagine there would be quite a few issues.
Yeah, quite a few issues. You could abuse the space. Some bad things could happen down there without supervision, and it's just not up to code. It's not zoned for an underground play place. And so then, you know, them in the song, I was confused why they're referencing like snipers and the siren going wayo wayo, but it's because if you try to open up a play underworld, you will face some legal consequences, and your GTA star level will go up. And that is when that song has to transition into "Keep Your Head Up," also by Cherry Bullet, in which they're actually getting away from the police.
Mm.
So that was what I was imagining for Cherry Bullet's play underworld. And then the Twice song. You thankfully you shouted out a couple of my takes, so I don't have to repeat myself that much. But you know, the Lindgren production, you were kind of shitting on the Scandinavians. I thought a little unduly hard, but
There's
I
just
will
so
say,
many like nothing songs from them.
yeah. I mean, I think because I'll say the first 45 seconds of that Twice song, I thought were really great, largely because of Mina and Sana's pre-chorus parts, which were really incredible, I thought. But also, you know, the melody on the pre-chorus was pretty solid, and you know, there were some things going on in that song that, you know, this group seems to have panned it pretty much as being like extremely nothing, extremely boring. And I'll agree. Once the chorus hits, it becomes a bit that. But
Mm.
I think with some of the Scandinavian songwriters, like, you know, they did a lot of the most popular American hits and all the Max Martin stuff. And maybe we should put Max Martin on a bit of a different level than just the general Scandinavian music songwriting community. But generally, it's like they would come in with some really good melodies, and song structures without lyrics or placeholder lyrics, and they sort of need those songs need to be animated with something that makes it, tied to emotion verbally, or some sort of appeal. And I don't know, you can quickly get at risk of just, if you animate these like melodic ideas that the Scandinavian songwriters give with like too samey of stuff, then everything becomes flat, and you need to add some edge to it, I feel. But I did think some of the, there were some cute bits, and I liked the breaking free of the handcuffs move. I thought that was fine. And yeah, as Moose said, gowns, beautiful gowns. They look great. Aretha Franklin would definitely praise them on that. But yeah, I put it like value judgment wise. I put the Twice Set Me Free on virtually the same plane as Scientist, which was his last Twice title track.
Yeah, I see that.
Though I think I might
I think Scientist is slightly better though.
I might disagree, just because I think Scientist. Well, I agree in the sense that I liked that Scientist had much more of an understandable angle to it, and it felt very Twice, about like, you don't got to be a scientist, you don't need no license type thing. I like that idea was much clearer, and it made more sense as a song as a result, but it did have that one boing sound virtually every measure, and that sort of thing doesn't usually get to me, but it was just an egregious boing, and it kept going throughout the entire song. So
there was, though,
barring
in Scientist, there was that one really sick, like that one move when Jiho says genius, that's like the little head swivel thing that's really like fun. That's like better than any move in Set Me Free, in my opinion.
Don't be a genius, why so serious?
That one move I still remember, whereas I don't think I'll remember a damn thing about Set Me Free in like a month's time.
I do think K-pop needs to let go of everything tangentially related to the Joker, because JYP, ITZY and Twice have now had multiple songs where they have something about why so serious, and like, it just feels too Joker mode, and it always comes across a little rough, but that's also a very unrelated tangent. But yeah, I don't know. K-pop and the Joker as a character, they don't mesh well. So let's try and get away from that.
That's just K-pop and like Western superhero type stuff doesn't mesh the same way that every time there's any like half decent team in a survival show, they get called the Avengers team, and you're like, just find another word. What was wrong with Dream Team? That's a much better way of saying it than the fucking Avengers.
Worldwide, let's all try to act like the truth is the truth, and not act like the superhero canon has much cultural weight, because it just simply doesn't, and decreasingly does with every day. But that is my perspective. But I don't know, maybe if Novice starts doing something special, at least they could claim that, then it wouldn't just be referencing some different intellectual property. But that's always going to be bad, almost certainly. So forget I said that. Except for, do you know what Nevis is? Do you know what that is?
That stupid character they made, isn't it?
Well, I hear them pronounce it novice, but I always read it.
They pronounce
Nevis.
it differently in all of their different stuff, though.
Nabisu.
Nabisu.
But yeah.
In their crappy cinematics, and then in their crappy songs, they call it Navis. So,
calling but I always read it Nevis, and a Nevis is like a skin growth. So
that's what they were going for the whole time. She's a growth on your skin.
And so then when I hear it, Navis calling, I'm just like imagining someone putting their birthmark up to their ear like it's some sort of transponder, which would be kind of cool. But again, they never take the fun, wacky angle. It's always, oh, we got to get the cube to save the dimension on which, our humanity is being put at risk due to the algorithm. It all is so boring, so incredibly boring.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're not even talking about that. But yeah, I just wanted to cover a couple of things that I had mixed opinions on, so that I could be more solidly positive. First off, mentioned earlier on the show was Buster's Tropical Romance. Banana. Man, if we could sync up and harmonize on that, that would make me feel good.
Yeah,
but
if there
let's
was
not
no
try and do that.
latency, that would be amazing, but it would just be a cacophonous mess if we actually tried to do it.
Beautiful though. It kind of reminds me of that video of the girls, the American girls sitting around like a log singing Maji Magchadam, Maji Magchadam from Blackpink. Have you ever seen that video?
I've not seen that video.
Okay, so it's just these girls around like a log, and the setup feels very like seance or Ouija board, and no one's moving at all, and they're just like really delivering the lyrics of a Blackpink as if it's your last. Like, shut up, love. I just remember that fondly is all.
Okay.
But sorry, we were talking about Banana from Tropical Romance, and Busters has put out a new song called Discotheque or something like that with no video component. So I'm worried about these girls. Can't be a good sign. But, they've operated on sort of a graduation system for a little bit. So I don't know. Anything could come or go. We'll see. Other thing to shout out was I was, when we were talking about Perky Purple Kiss, there was some debate as to what Sweet Juice's best B-side was.
It's Autopilot.
And all of y'all were saying Autopilot.
Because we're all right.
I just wasn't feeling. And then they had to reach out to me and tell me that I was actually correct and that I shouldn't listen to the haters. And they put out a dance practice for Ajit, which is so warm and nice to watch. They sing a bit in the dance practice, which is always the best. I love when you hear a little bit of singing in the dance practice. And it's just a really bright song. You can make anything in my song. It's a beautiful song. And yeah, I think that was the best B-side. And also Sweet Juice. It's one of the most important songs of the year, even if it doesn't end up being my favorite. For sure. And then I already
still the best.
Okay, just come back to me when Perky delivers any sort of emphasis with that B-side.
But people are never good at selecting what's actually the best on their album. You know this. It's been a joke for the last few years that every time a group comes out with something, we're like, well, this B-side's actually good and this title track sucks. Like, if it was based on what they select, then, that's a complete crapshoot.
I do think Twice should have done the Wallflower song as the title because, Mina, there's something about Mina encouraging a Wallflower to get some guts and come out and dance. That's just like the essence of Twice to me. The essence. And yeah, that was the best Twice B-side, I thought. But yeah, frequently we do talk about B-side versus title selection being bad, but that's why I was highlighting Jaden Jung's approach with Triple S on that a couple weeks ago. But correct. There's never correct. But yeah, then I was really, really enjoying this edit that someone made where they stripped out everything but the vocals, drum, and bass stems of New Jeans' Oh My God. Because it just reveals how great of a song that is in so many ways. The bass is so tastefully done. The bounce of it, and just a great song. And then You're Tuning Out for that. But opposite side of the world, one of my favorite rappers, Smino, put out a freestyle called "It's Snowing in Wyoming," and that song is great. There's a particular line, a play on words that he does with the massive military industrial complex and the airline manufacturer Boeing.
I can rhyme down to the oranges, young and anointed, Italy to Illinois, I'm here for the changes. Bitches give me head and tails, love how the coin flip. Fly girls bounce ass on me on some Boeing shit.
Great play on words there that is definitely going to stick with me. So if you're curious, check out Smino's Wyoming.
He's got some stiff competition with Samuel So having a great song called Boeing.
Dreaming under cloud, it feels so alive. 눈을 떠도 여전히 구름만 in the cloud. In the cloud. Flying bow, bow, bow. Wing in the air, honey, no, no, no. Be in the air, no fear. No fear.
Oh yeah, I have to peep.
Yeah,
Dang.
I'll put that in the edit if I can remember.
Strange bedfellows, but you know, two very wavy dudes. Beyond that, I've been, you know, it's always a sign when I'm trying to stream something that I can't stream on the streaming services. And that's not technically true in this case, but with Espa's Hot Air Balloon, it's only on YouTube in live form. But that is the song that I've been, you know, getting outside of streaming to go listen to, just because I'm looking forward to that. It's I really enjoy the song. It's very Red Velvet. You know,
I'll listen to it when I'm forced to.
Delicious. Sure. Yeah. And that,
For now,
and
I'm
that
not
you
gonna.
will. Yeah. Anyway, Stacy covered Blackpink "Do Do 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 Do." That was pretty incredible. Monday and Jihan from Weekly covered Cherry Bullet Q&A in fantastic fashion, doing some of the parts in the song that not even Cherry Bullet usually do in the song. So I really enjoyed that. There's some absolute, you know, legend of a Brazilian DJ named DJ Ramon Sucesso that I have just been hip to, and kind of a mind-blowing dude. Did you hear that Brazilian remix song that was the background to so many videos in the past couple months, where it's like Tubarão, Tubarão?
No, this is the most out of fucking nowhere like positivity podium ever. We're going like round the world to like random ass fucking covers that probably suck, and like this is what is going on.
Yeah.
This has ceased to be a fucking K-pop podcast at this point. What is happening?
Yeah, I'm seriously coming on being like, hey, did you hear that TikTok audio of the Brazilian DJ?
If it's on TikTok, I haven't heard it. I don't use that shit. You know me.
No, it's just something that got popular on there. But it is a reflection of a certain style that I'm coming to associate with Brazil. And they really got something going there, because he has staked out something really impressive in K-pop terms, doing something extremely obnoxious, but still musically interesting. And so, honestly, I hope some of that makes it into the end mixture of genres, because I think he really embodies a new type of obnoxious, but still kind of going. Yeah, and then you linked that that interview with 50/50 on Seattle's local Fox station, Seattle Fox 13, and it's just 50/50 on there with this. The dude interviewing him absolutely had me dying. You know, just trying to play. You know, like he clearly was like Googling stuff about K-pop and the right sort of things to ask, and well, if you had a light stick, how would you design the light stick? But that interview had some great aspects to it. I watched the whole thing, and I did see that your bias in 50/50 was saying that she is a giant Bestie
Whoa,
fan.
calm
which
down now. I don't know if I have a bias in 50/50.
okay,
Every time I
Well.
pick one, someone else jumps out. I'm like, oh, hang on. That's not happening.
fine. And then
But
the really
Sana,
crucial part.
though, fucking Sana, saying like, why did you want to become an artist? Why did you want to become an idol? Well, you know, I saw Bestie, and I was like, oh my god, could this group get any more perfect right now?
Yeah. And they did come off really, really well. They seem like cool people. But when blonde girl, her name's Kina, right?
Kina.
I
Stop
might
calling her
just stick to
blonde girl.
calling
That's
her
a
blonde
slur
girl,
in this
though.
house.
No. I mean, we got to keep the thread going because T and blonde girl's dynamic is something to keep tabs on. Because, you know, with all the animosity and all the shade thrown blonde girl's way, then on that interview, blonde girl just says, I'm a day one A-Pink fan.
Hell yeah.
They're the reason I got into this. They're the first group I liked, which, you know, was like not too long after T brought on that one A-Pink song.
Only
as
one,
like,
yeah.
yeah, one of her top K-pop songs of all time. So their dynamic, T and blonde girl's dynamic, is just becoming spicier. It feels like the
Yeah.
universe is slowly trying to bring them together. So I'm looking forward to seeing that narrative to develop at all.
Mm.
And it was just like last week, right before the previous show, I had gone out to sushi and heard Cupid playing at this sushi place that I went to with some
Awesome.
friends. And yeah, I said it in the chat, but wow, I really did feel like I was having some sort of brain health crisis. You know, just hearing that right after, like, it was so freshly after the release, and it was a beautiful little moment. It kind of the only other moment like that I had was when I was in South Carolina with some friends, and we went to a farmer's market, and all of the audio that was, you know, they had some speakers out under some pavilions, and the speakers were just playing, you know, what you'd expect, you know, some Florida Georgia Line, you know,
Hell yeah,
some
brother.
country music. And then God, I wish I can remember how the melody goes. But then in between all of these, like, oh yeah, that's what should be playing at a South Carolina farmers market type songs. In between all of these, just out of nowhere, absolutely nowhere, they started playing Espa's Life is Too Short, the Espa English single. And that was the other time when I felt like,
What the fuck?
surely this is not my life. Surely I am
But that makes no
I'm
sense. At
in
least
the
the Cupid
process of
one.
dying.
At least the one with Cupid, like, yes, it's the wrong country, but like Asian restaurants around the world seem to think that like anything Asian is fair game. Like, you know, if it's
that's
from
true.
Asia, that works. Like, I understand that a bit more than like, oh, let's just play Espra instead of fucking Florida Georgia Line.
I mean, and with no explanation, it just clicked
Bizarre.
on, and then I was like freaking out to my friends who were just like, shut up. And then it ended, and that was it.
Mm.
But yeah, sometimes I don't know, I feel like I'm getting sniped by the world's DJs.
Lily,
But yeah,
you got any
and
more, or
then-
shall I get on to mine?
I got 3 more.
Jesus Christ, man.
Okay, really quickly. The American girl in Aichilin, Juni, the one that absolutely ate shit at the K-pop Olympics, and then just got up because she has an absolutely resilient personality and strength of character. Juni, she's been doing a bunch of rapid fire little covers, and covers of great little songs. You know, some Miley Ray, or sorry, some Miley, and some Carly Rae rather. And then yeah, and you know, that's great. I chill in forever. And then Soyoon, the one that, you know, Soyoon from Sesonyeon that T brought on the other week, suddenly has a song coming out with RM, this indie girl, just like, you know, Oh, we'll see.
I
Now,
got no hope.
I also don't have any hope because RM is like the only member of BTS that I like have a reason to dislike. The rest of it, they're all talented. Whatever. I want to survive, but RM is the only one that I feel like I have a reason to actually dislike a little bit. So we'll see how that goes. I don't have high hopes, but
what's your reason to dislike him?
again, I want to survive. But yeah, and then the last thing is just I'm really looking forward to Billy. The Billy, I was seeing how Girls in the Park, GWSN, their creative director was posting on his IG about how
That was so weird.
about how that all went down and how he was like struggling in a terrible leadership context to try and get good songs to these girls and try and have it happen, but largely just protecting his own career,
Yeah,
like trying to
big
do as
time
well as possible.
self-promotion.
Yeah, but I think it's fine. I believe that he probably was put there in an unfair context, and probably the management was, abysmal.
Yeah, but either way, if
and-
that all fell on him, you don't want to be claiming that, considering they were like famous for not paying their fucking producer. Like, don't act like you were in charge of that. That's not a good thing, mate. Like, I know things were bad,
but creative director. He's not money bags. He's
but
the
the way he
creative director.
phrased it, it was like he was doing fucking everything and sorting out all the bills,
It
and paying all the
sounds like-
staff and all that shit.
It
So
sounds like it is possible that he had
have
to
it
do
one way or the other, homie. You either did everything and you fucked it up and didn't pay the producers, or you didn't.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm inclined to give him the benefit of the doubt. But then he, moved on. He works at Mystic Story now. Billy, so he works on Billy songs, and he's been killing it with that.
Except with
okay, but the Billy promo photos have been looking good, and I'm just really excited to get back in that Billy mood. And then it's been interesting just seeing how the Hybe backed out of the SM acquisition, or
no more diss tracks.
a little bit. We'll see. Yeah, I don't have anything insightful to say about that. So yeah, what's some stuff that you could actually point to as being on the positive side of the emotional spectrum from this past week?
Finally. Right,
I'm sorry.
I got a few. So, a fella called Code Kunst, you might know. He's like a producer most of the time. Makes some R&B shit. Made a song with Tabba and J Park called Bad Bad.
옆을 슬쩍 뻔해 두려움이 불타게 우릴 막지 못하게 전에 있던 걸 다 파게 Can it be bad, 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 bad? Or can it be bad, 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 bad? Or can it be bad, 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 bad? I'm not afraid. Or can it be bad, 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 bad? Or can it be bad, 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 bad? Just like that, 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 that. I'm not afraid.
Which I think is really fun. I don't think this one got a music video. He did a music video for another one that he did, but I didn't like that one as much. It's called 55. But Bad Bad's really fun. There's like weirdly like blokey vocals on it, which kind of get me a bit. But fun song. Also, I would be remiss if I didn't shout out my boy Samuel So, coming out with another surprise single. That seems to be all he does now. Drop singles, not promote them at all, and then I have to rely on Apple Music to be like, did you know he's released this? And he's done it again with a song called Some Things Don't Change.
가족 깊은 친구의 소년인 과미소
반복되는 정무심은 살모 그런 것들 하나만 골라 한다면 난 당연히 나에서 들어줄래 미련한 또 어디 기대는 건 Some things just don't change I thought I could change I thought I could change 결국엔 똑같네 Some things just don't change I thought I'd be fine I thought I'd be fine Until I found
Another really fun one. Just, you know, Sammy So Goodness. It's only like just over 2 minutes, but it's still a really good song. Very much enjoyed that one.
I was definitely feeling all the ones you were playing in the pre-show. My initial impression of him has mostly stayed the same though. Of like, you know, I search up Samuel So if I'm trying to hear some Korean D'Angelo. Like most of the best Samuel So songs are reminding me heavily of D'Angelo, but then he does also have some other forays where he proves that he has some, you know, musical ability and imagination that is beyond just doing that sort of thing. But yeah, so overall, yeah, a guy that has a lot of taste clearly, and I've never actively disliked anything that I put on by him. So I understand you having him as like your, you know, guardian holding it down of good music and K-pop.
Yeah, he is amazing. And I just wish we'd get another album, but it doesn't look like that's on the cards unless he's just going to make one of all of these random singles that he's dropping. But yeah,
not a bad release strategy.
I'll take the random singles when I get them. You know, I just wish there was a bit more. But I got fed that more by a different R&B chingu by the name of Ocean from the Blue. Remember him?
Yeah, I put on that one song. It was pretty solid.
Yeah, Ocean from the Blue is this cool ass dude with this crazy high voice, great range. He's released an album called Ocean from the Blue. Who would have known it? And
let him know.
The whole thing is just really, really good. Like, this is comfortably the best full album so far of the year, like by a long way. It's really good.
Ooh, okay. I'm glad you're staking a claim.
You know, we were talking about instrumentation choices on that Yuju song. This whole album is like that. There's just such cool choices of instrumental, and like he varies his voice a lot throughout it. There's like somewhere he's just doing this really delicate falsetto, somewhere he's like doing like an auto-tune kind of hip-hoppy flow, somewhere he's just like more like how do you even describe it, like guttural almost, and like, yeah, like lots of distortion. He just really cool, just amazing album. That's what me and T were listening to and listened together the other day, and we were like, God, because she queued like half the album and then was like, I didn't queue the whole thing because I thought it'd be gratuitous, and I was like, yeah, it doesn't seem that way now, does it? Because the whole first half of it is like amazing. And yeah, he has a few songs that I added to the playlist as well from it, which, because I only add like the tippity top to my playlist usually. And I added Close to You featuring Sonu Jung-ah, which I think was the first one that we heard from the album, and it's just so amazing. Like, great vocals, incredible instrumental, production's awesome, love it. I also added Breath, which I think is the intro song to the album. It's like 2 minutes long, but again, just impeccable choices.
그때 바라만 봐도 좋았던 그때 세상이 멈춘 것 같던 그때 다른 곳에서 온 그대 입술 따라 웃던 숨 같은 기억들이 내 안에서 마르지 않아요 여긴 아직 멈춰 있어요 이제 나 혼자 두 눈 감고서 미친 듯이 살아 그대 나의 시 또 그대 나의 밤빛 난 오롯이 평생 그댈 머금고
And then I also added Come Back Home featuring Yeon. Which he did a really cool live performance of on stage, the channel. So
Do you know which Yeon that is?
I don't. No, we were watching it, and we were like, hang on, is that Yeon from CLC, or is it somebody else? I don't think it is the one from CLC because her voice doesn't sound right.
Yeon of Revolution. That lady rules.
Whoever that is could be her. I don't know. They just credit her as Yeon, so it just could be like a random girl he found called Yeon. I don't know, but she sounds good. So
yeah, okay, yeah, and we were talking not too long ago about how we want to hear more unconventional parts of people's voice. Like earlier on the show, you were talking, I think, with Ian about the increasing sameness of boy group singers' vocals and also unexceptional nature of them.
Yeah, with
and
Accio.
yeah, so I'm glad that there's someone that's delivering something with a little bit of character in their vocal, or you were saying like guttural sounds on one of those songs or something.
Yeah,
I like when
I mean, it has somewhere like it's not what we necessarily want, but he goes like super distorted and guttural and weird. But yeah, he does.
Yeah, it sounds like something I gotta check out.
Does do some interesting shit on that album. I can't recommend the album enough. We were like floored when it came on. This is so much better than what we've been getting so far. So definitely check out that album. That's my early shout for album of the year.
Solid.
I think it will take some time to find something better anyway.
I mean, yeah, I do think that titles wise, it does feel like this year's been a bit slow so far, but there have been a lot of really good songs coming out nonetheless.
I don't agree. I just think it's been slow in general this year.
Yeah, I never feel like I really have a good gauge of that. So much going on all the time, and then sometimes I'll just find some stuff from a period that felt like nothing was happening, and then it becomes my new favorite thing. So but yeah, in terms of like mainstream, the like big releases have been mostly unexciting, and the main story of the year has largely just been New Jeans is the replacement for the spot of like a BTS or a Blackpink.
Yeah.
And their songs are incredible, so I'm definitely not
another
fight
song. I forgot to shout this out when it came out because it just slipped my mind, but uncharacteristically for me, NCT Dream put out a Japanese song called Best Friend Ever, and I quite like it. So check that one out. It's very cheesy and very kind of by the numbers, but it works.
I heard that one. I really like that one. That's
Yeah.
best friend ever. Right?
Yeah. I like that
Yeah, I
song. I
really
don't
like
know
that one.
why, but it does it for me. So
No, I agree. That one had a nice energy to it for sure. And there's been a couple of decent Japanese songs from groups that haven't been doing that much otherwise. I'm kind of blanking. I guess I liked that classy Japanese song not too long ago. Whatever. That's beside the point. But yeah, I'll definitely check out that Ocean from the Blue album because I did check out that one performance and thought it was pretty solid. So seems worthwhile.
definitely.
And then other than that, yeah, looking forward to Billy. Stacy have been active doing some promotion, so all of those materials have been, keeping me afloat. And then beyond that, yeah, I think I'm gonna stick with this Yuju album for a little bit because there's a lot here for me. Maybe I will get the whistle notes from Dreaming, but I will spare you any more on-show practice.
Sure.
But thanks for having me on the show again, Diggy. Thanks for doing the show again. And what are we at the 3-hour, 30-minute mark on this stream?
Well, that's deceptive because I started the stream like 2 or 3 other times and my internet kept fucking up. So it's actually way longer than that. It's probably over 4 hours we're at now. But
You're a soldier. But I mean, yeah, keep that Mega Venusaur safe for me. I can contribute.
I don't get the Mega Venusaur. That's Accio's job. I've got you as a Butterfree, so I've got the harder end of the bargain.
Okay. Well, yeah, Accio, put me in, coach. I'm ready to play. But yeah, thanks so much for doing the show. Bye.
See you later. And that is the end of this episode. I don't know what's going to happen next week. Hopefully, we'll be able to do one. Because I think that's the last weekend I can definitely do a show before I go to Korea. So let's hope we can do one next weekend. And if we can, I'll see you there. And that is the end of the audio podcast.